Boop, boop. Hello.
Hello. Oh, I didn't
Hi.
have the stream muted, so I just heard you boop boop twice, and I was like, "Why are you boop booping again?"
Boop, boop, boop.
Hello,
Boop, 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 boop.
everyone. Welcome to our weekly D&D game. Special shout out to people who watch the VODs. Love you. And double special shout out to Katie, whose birthday is tomorrow.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
Oh,
Happy
Happy early
thank
birthday
you.
to Katie in advance. Today, we're going to do some new things. Well, first off, the not very new thing. The extremely old thing is that I'm going to recap what happened last time. But we're also going to start. I'm hoping to do this every session because I think it's a really cool idea. And what I say goes. And by that, I mean, hopefully everyone else enjoys it as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to come up with some prompts, some like questions that we can learn a little bit about our characters. And help our players get into the headspace of their characters. But also, I think it'll be pretty fun for everybody in chat as well. If you guys have prompt ideas, we could use them. I've got a long list, so don't worry. If we hear them today, we probably won't answer them. But if you see me do an intro in a future session, and I don't do this prompt thing, be like, Tom, what the fuck? I want this quality content, and then we'll do it because I have a bad memory. Everyone knows that. Anyway. So I've told the guys what their prompts are going to be for today, so they can they've got some preparation time. so if they want to do that now, that's down to them. But first, we'll do a little recap, which is not going to be too long because last session was not as much of a lore bomb as the one before it. Last session, we started with a bit of a recap about Caspian Kinshire, a person who is kind of a deep lore crux, whose story is being deleted from the world because of whatever transgression he's done against someone in the Shadowfell. Our players and our characters were both equally confused and like, oh my god, what? And then we decided in character that it would be nice to take a short break over the winter period for about 2 months to get stuff done. So we got stuff done. One of the main points of our campaign so far is that Randall came to inherit a big house in the town of Nesmith, and the house ain't looking so hot. It was falling to pieces. Many things have happened over the years that have put it into such a horrible state of disrepair. But over this 2-month period, they sank some of their hard-earned adventuring gold into repairing it, which has now been fully completed. Over the 2 months, they had some time to explore the house and found all sorts of cool nooks and crannies that had lots of different secrets to explore. One of which was a magical portal, which they found the activation phrase for, but they don't know where it leads. And I had to double check that because I'd forgotten if I told them. Thankfully, they didn't lie because that was very close. We also found a bunch more libraries filled with all sorts of erotica and also non-erotica, and a big old spooky looking tree that looked as if basically it was a branch that looked a lot like it was from the tree that Thistle is attuned to, the local neighborhood Feywild entity. However, the branch had been spookily corrupted in the similar sort of shade of Shadowfell that they've been seeing around the place. Lots of mysteries. One of the days at the end of our 2-month period, our adventurers decided to have a nice little pop down to the shops, pick up some groceries. Remember when you could do that nice and easy with your pals? And hey, we're removing ourselves from reality right now. Let's do that. And doing some grocery shopping. We're picking up some special treats, including the game Humans and Skyscrapers. Or Humans and Houses, or whatever it is. I don't know. I can't remember. We bumped into somebody that Neurally, Katie's character, recognized. We know very little about Neuraly's past. We have had a couple of moments of clarity where Neuraly's been like, basically, there's some people looking for me. And maybe we'll find out a little bit more today. But someone has shown up who Nurali recognizes whilst they were shopping. And Nurali's immediate reaction is to Delta Split. Fortunately, our players over the last 2 months have been learning sign language because they are kind of adopting somebody who is homeless and is unable to speak. So we've been communicating through a made-up Faerunian sign language. Regardless, we ended last week's session with you guys being like, "Oh shit, you know her? What's going on?" And there was this particular line that Nurali said that I didn't remember, but Katie did, and that line was,
"Could be nothing, but it could be everything."
So dramatic. Oh, I love it. Okay. With that out of the way, we're gonna do our prompts. Are you guys happy? You guys ready?
As we'll ever be, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So
We'll
Doc seems very unimpressed with this. Okay, the prompts that we're doing today are, first off, what animal would your character be? You can I guess you can kind of maybe use some kind of fantasy animals, but they'd have to be beasts and not like a dragon.
We go with creatures because like insects and stuff like that could count too.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Fine. Just something that embodies your character's personality a little bit. That's all I'm looking for. Okay. It doesn't need to be. I'm not being strict with the rules here. Okay.
Thank God.
So we'll start up with
the rules of matching people to animals,
yeah,
which are well known.
It's a very important and respected tradition. Thank you very much. We'll start up with who I have in the top left, which is Katie. Nurali.
I think Nurali would be most like a butterfly, because in a lot of cultures, butterflies are seen as symbols of change and peace, and often communicators like in dreams.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Next person I have on my camera list, I don't know if you guys are all seeing the same thing, and I don't really care, is Jack. Haiku. What animal, again, what animal would the turtle be?
Haiku would be a termite.
A termite?
Because
That's a very interesting answer. I want to hear the reasoning
they
behind
like building things and work well in it.
that. Oh, that's very insightful. I like that. Cool. All right. Okay. Well, the bar's been set very high by termite. Okay, no pressure. What would Oro be?
Oro would be a quokka. You know, one of those cute little
yeah!
quokkas that everyone that smiles a lot and people take.
Oh,
wait, I'll
yeah. Put an image up on screen.
Quokka is how you spell it.
I didn't put enough K's in it.
They're little wallabies, but they're adorable.
So cute.
Ah.
Yeah. They're the happiest animal in the world, and they're really
They
just
are
cute and sweet, and people like them and seem like they're friendly, and I think that's probably what Oro's perceived as.
Sure, yeah, okay. I mean, that absolutely works for me. Plus, they're adorable.
Yeah.
They're just so adorable. Oh, God, they're so adorable. Okay, Randall.
Okay, stick with me. I think Randall.
Stick with me.
is most like a sloth.
Okay.
So it like very methodical, kind of a bit simple, but like mostly it's the whole world moves really quickly around them, and they just kind of like sit there and watch it.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
So it's like watches the world.
I like that a lot. I find it especially interesting that you've chosen that when what is the top speed that Randall can achieve?
Oh, it's Randall is like really fast, yeah. But mentally, sloth.
But mentally, I know, I appreciate that. I like that a lot. I think that's a really good answer. Okay, cool. Right, so we had one other prompt. The other prompt was, what is your character's favorite spell or skill? So we'll start again up the top. Nurali.
I think it's really important to her that she can cast Cure Wounds, because it was kind of not unexpected, but that was the one that everybody was most concerned about, and it seemed to be really gratifying to everyone when she could do it, and also it's really useful and helpful.
I think everyone's a little bit surprised that it's not prestidigitation, but then you do have a robe that can clean itself. So, okay, cool. I like that. It's a good answer. Haiku.
Mending.
Oh yeah.
Because what are they without mending?
What are they without mending? That's a very good point. Well, hey Shadow.
Hey Shadow.
Hi
Thanks
Shadow
so much for
and
the raid.
Raiders.
Hope you had a good stream.
How's it going?
Steal
We've
your
come to
dice.
steal your dice.
Shit.
Not my virtual dice.
Mine are all locked up. You got no chance. Okay, cool. Good answer. I like that a lot. Oro, what is your favorite spell or skill?
Is the coordinated attack a skill?
Yeah,
I think coordinated attack is the coolest.
I think that's a good
Just
answer.
see
Yeah.
each other attack each other. I think it's cool.
Get to work in kind of
as a
collaboration
team.
with Nugget at
Mhm.
the same time. It's very cool. I like the idea of you guys being like so close and being so well practiced in like your maneuvers and stuff that Nugget gets a chance to take advantage of you like pressing the attack and stuff. I think that's very cool.
Me too.
Okay, cool. Randall.
So I thought we were talking a different thing, and also as the only person who has 0 spells to cast.
Oh, what you were talking about the ability skill list? That's fine. You can do that.
No, so my thing is, or Randall's thing is, probably like bookbinding,
Yeah. That's a
because
skill.
it's something it's like probably gets like lost in and spends a lot of time doing, and maybe like the way you bind a book almost tells you as much as like the words that are actually in it.
Damn.
That
So,
is
like,
fucking good.
as much work goes into getting the right binding for the book as the actual content.
My mom could bind books.
That's a really
It's like
cool
a really
answer.
specialized skill. It's really cool.
Well, I hope Evan gets to hear that at some point, as he's currently in the process of binding the custom player's handbook for Jack, which he's been doing, which is coming along great, by the way. Looks excellent. Cool. Thank you, everyone, for taking part in that. I think that was fun. It was nice, guys, learning about your characters and stuff. So we'll try and keep that up because I think it's a nice little practice. But I have a shit memory, so maybe I'll forget. Tell me off. Okay.
I'll have
Also-
backup prompts.
Chat, if you think any of us are a particular animal, our D&D characters, if you think another animal suits a character more or think it's better than,
That's a fucking good point,
think
Jenny.
about
I like that a lot.
because I panicked
So
and
if
just
there's-
googled animals for a bit, so Quokka was just a good one that I ended up on. I was like, sweet.
Okay, right. Anyway, so we'll start today's session with you guys. Oh, before I forget, yeah, I know it's not in a simple bag. It's in a little container. These are the ones that I got from Texas, and I've got another one just over on my windowsill. These are the ones I got from Katie in America.
The whole
right.
of America.
In America, not and
Oh,
America.
I think you said from America.
Anyway, so we start today's session with you guys having just pretty much closed the door behind you. You've entered the household. Nerily, you've got Evelyn's hand clutched in yours. You've just yanked her up the hill through the front doors, and then momentarily afterwards, you've got Haiku joining you along with Randall and Oro. The doors close behind you, and your party turn to you like,
I don't remember how much I explained about who she was. I think I told them that she did the hunting.
you did explain that she did the hunting and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a new session. Feel free to recap.
Yeah. So basically, she would explain that her name is Priscilla, and that she was gone for long stretches of time, but she was the one who taught me how to forage, and that she thought that what she was always doing was just hunting to help feed everyone, But in retrospect, there could have been other tasks too. And that's why she's not really sure if she's here for something normal, like trading for supplies, or here looking for her specifically.
Okie dokie. Are those what?
Can you hear those fireworks?
Yeah,
Sound
where are
like
they
fireworks.
coming from? Are they
Outside,
fireworks?
obviously outside.
Fireworks?
I don't know
I
why
said,
there's
where are they
fireworks.
coming from? I thought, whose microphone? I didn't.
Oh,
Outside, duh.
well, it's because they're outside for me, so I'm like, well, they're obviously outside.
Yeah, I didn't know that where it was coming from. I couldn't even tell it was fireworks. I thought somebody like knocked something off their desk.
Yeah, well, they came through at the same time you were talking, Katie. So I thought someone was knocking on your door or something.
I thought it might be
guess
popcorn
fireworks.
in a microwave.
Yeah. See, wonderful world. So many opportunities. Okay, right.
Just them classic Sunday fireworks.
February. Okay. Anyway,
They're celebrating my birthday, clearly. Or they're celebrating the 35th birthday of the Legend of Zelda series, which is equally important.
True. So what do you want to do about her? Do you want us to keep an eye on her, or just stay in here? Or
We should probably figure out if she's asking around about me, because I think people would answer depending upon, well, I don't know, maybe not. I didn't get a lot of answers when I asked around for things, so maybe they'll forget. But it would be good to know.
well, she went into the inn after she left the marketplace, so I assume she's staying there for at least a little while.
So you'd want one of us or a few of us to go asking around?
Probably not asking around, but maybe just watching her and see if she starts asking. We can all go, but I should probably stay hidden.
Mm-hmm.
I should definitely stay hidden.
Yeah. Do we have a disguise kit?
Disguise
I don't.
montage. We're in a huge house.
Yeah, surely there's some.
It's true.
Pair
There's
of
bones
glasses.
and all sorts.
Did we get a disguise kit like way back when in the sewers? No. We got the thieves' tools. That's what we got.
Yeah. Well, we could look around the house. There might be some little bits that we could make up into a thing.
Maybe some other clothes.
Yeah.
Some other stuff.
Well, I can make my clothes look like anything.
True. All right. Don't need clothes then.
You can make your
cross that
robe
off
look
the
like
list.
anything.
Yeah, that's the clothes. I guess I didn't consider the cloak clothes, especially
make the-
because. Go ahead.
Can you like wrap it around you and then make it look like other clothes if it can look like anything? So like the robe has the picture of other clothes on it, so it doesn't look like a robe anymore.
It looks like you're topless with abs. You're like,
Yeah.
you're like
It's like one of
really
those.
well built.
I think I could. I don't know. I've never tried. It's more of like a dress that I've made look like robes before. Could I make it like, if I think about it, can I make it look like pants? Or does it not do that?
I mean, that wasn't my intent.
If that wasn't your intent, then it wouldn't work that way.
Yeah, the intent is that it's something with a pattern and colors that you can change within reason.
Okay.
But
But I could make it look like the traditional peasant dress of the area.
sure, yeah, if that's the way you wanted to design.
So I could, yeah. So I'll change it to look like that.
Yeah, it wasn't intended to be a disguise kit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, and it can't change my face or my hair, which is
You should
pretty.
wrap it around your face.
Just make it into. This is
Give me a new
totally not my
face.
hair. This is a scarf. So I kind of like take the cloak off because we're inside, and I change the outfit to look like super unassuming, what people in the village would wear, like really drab colors, but not like too drab.
You forget that you're in a village of adventurers. There aren't that many drab people around. There are peasants and stuff, and people who are just commoners, as it were. But you've got quite a lot of colorful individuals here compared to other towns.
That's good though, because if I'm one of the not colorful people, then I'm even less likely to be noticed. Is my thinking.
Sure. Okay.
So I'll definitely look like a peasant.
Where's Nugget gonna be?
Nugget's a part of the adventuring party that doesn't involve Nerly right now. That's fine.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great
It'd be
distraction
weird
technique.
if we were seen without Nugget.
Yeah, exactly.
And if she asks because people have told her that I'm with you, then you could always say that I left before the winter and went south, I guess.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we can do that.
Do we have any other just like regular cloaks in the manor?
So if you recall, most of the upper floors look like they've been ransacked.
That's true.
And when you hired people to come and fix the place, you didn't also say, please stock it with clothes.
Yep, we sure didn't.
And furniture. So it's it's no, there are no other, real items of clothing dotted throughout the house. I mean, you think that you could probably go through like Atticus's old lodge and stuff, and if Evelyn's got anything that they picked up whilst you guys were away.
Yeah, I'll definitely check Atticus's stuff and see if there's just like any regular old cloak I could cover my hair with.
It doesn't appear that he has any cloaks as such, but he's got some pairs of pants, and some jackets and some blazers and stuff. He was quite a smartly dressed individual.
Mm-hmm.
He also has some 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 attire that was more like gardening kind of oriented. It looks like he had some big kind of walking boots that he would use to take Atticus out, and not Atticus, walking himself.
Parsnip.
I'm taking myself out on a walk as a treat.
What were the blankets in the barracks like?
Rough. Extremely plain. You got the choice of gray or charcoal.
All right, I'm gonna go get a gray blanket, and I'm gonna like put it over my head and wrap it around me.
Okay, we going for the old lady look? Is that what we're... Okay. Oh, right.
Now all we need is some pies.
It's priest. I have a bit of priest.
Wait, now do we know you then now? Because we're sitting with you. Do we know you gonna have a new name? Are you gonna have a new backstory?
I don't want to go in with you. I think if you're going to go, then you should go a bit ahead of me, and I'll just stay somewhere nearby in case you need me.
Okay.
Maybe in the trees.
Okay.
So I can get to you quickly, but I'm not there. You can just tell me afterwards what happens.
Should we have a warning sound sign? Anything? Panic caca, if you will.
Just say you can have Nugget tell me, come get me or something. Or just, he doesn't make a lot of noise, so if he panic caca's, I could come.
Could Nugget fit in the inn?
He'd fit in the inn, yeah.
Squeeze him in.
Just about. I mean, bearing in mind he's a medium-sized animal.
Okay, Nugget's gonna stay outside, I think, and then he can keep an eye on you whilst you're in the trees. And if something goes wrong inside, one of us can just leave and scream from the top melons. Yeah.
Which building is the inn again? Is it this one?
That's right, let me get on my Roll20 page. Let's open on a different tab. I'm not even on the Nesmith map. The inn is this one here.
This one. Yeah, so I can literally be like right down here in these trees.
so many things. Let me tell you what. I'll turn this off of the GM layer and I'll put it here instead. There you go.
Whoa.
I had that on the
Golgar
GM layer.
Bronze Jaw. Okay.
Golgar Bronzejaw is the innkeep, if you recall correctly.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll hide in the trees over here.
Okie dokie.
Right.
I'm going to have Nugget outside.
Yes.
Okay. So the rest of you aren't going disguised. It's just Nerily who's going as an old lady. And she's going to creepily watch from the trees.
Yeah.
Classic old lady move.
Okay, right.
It's a perfect plan.
So your plan is that you'd like to go into the inn and ask around, or
Can we take a dog in the inn?
Yeah.
The dog might be a good distraction technique of I need to go outside, the dog needs to pee. So we'll take the dog.
I love where your head's at. I love it.
I've done this
Brilliant.
before.
What were you saying? Sorry, Tom.
I know. I love where your head's at. Very good.
Oh yeah, no, before that.
Oh well, that was just. Is that your plan? Are you guys happy with that? Is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I think so. We're gonna go in there, see if she's still looking around, I guess. Not that we'll have to come up with a plan on the way there. Or there.
Sure. Okie dokie.
We can always just kill everyone.
Yeah.
It's always the backup.
No, there's a possibility.
And suddenly it becomes an evil campaign.
Just no fireballs in the tavern, please.
I don't have
okay.
any spells. We're safe.
Or flamethrowers, yeah. Please be careful with the flamethrowers.
Listen, I don't even have fireball. Okay. Well, by the way, since I found out that the spirit spell is really like shit compared to what I thought it was, can I switch that one out? Because literally would have known. Katie's just dumb.
What's what are the rules on sorcerer's spell swapping? Is that once every level sort of deal?
Yes.
So I'm very flexible on rules usually, but you are pretty close to leveling up, so I'd probably just leave it. Yeah.
Okay.
I
will wait.
It is a bit of a shame. I still think it's a pretty good spell, but it's very niche. So I can understand why you would be reluctant to pick it.
It'll be good for defending the keep, and that's it. But that's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's got its moments. I quite like having a spell. So like when we played in Evan's Humblewood game, I wanted to use the moonbeam to like block off corridor. So it's a similar sort of thing. Like you put it somewhere and it just stays there, and things like it's a similar. You could use the spell in the same way. Like if they want to get to you, they have to go through something they're definitely going to take damage from. It's not flawless, but it's got its uses. Okay, right. So you guys are jetting off, and by that I mean leaving the manor.
Yeah.
Walking down the hill as your little posse, just going for a nice. What is it? Lunchtime? Going for a nice little meal.
Yes.
Yeah, going for a nice little
Why
lunch
not?
at the tavern. Sure. And you're bringing your grandma.
Yeah. You should.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you not?
No, I'm like several paces behind.
We're
Like
being followed by grandma.
nonchalantly. No, I'll like stop and do other stuff along the way and like make sure I can see you, but we're kind of like going down a hill anyway. So like, and then like, I don't want to like, what if she's not in there anymore? I don't want them to see me with him.
I really love the idea of like it's pretty well known that manor has been unoccupied or only occupied by Atticus for some time. You guys show up, redo it over 2 months, and then suddenly an old lady comes out of the house, and they're just like, "Who's that bitch?"
Somebody's mother.
One of the contractors. She's been lifting debris.
Hmm.
She's been reinstalling the
She's
lamps.
The interior
She's the
decorator.
foreman.
She could be a builder.
She could be. I'm not strong enough to be a builder.
She's just old.
Old or not.
Oh, we got a D6 because Katie might need it apparently, and a D6 from Tortu for haiku because Tortu turtle.
Yeah. Makes sense. Impeccable logic.
We were doing those prompts at the beginning of the stream. Where everyone. So again, if you guys have any ideas as to what animals our characters would be, feel free to come up with them. So we were doing prompts at the beginning of the stream, and we said, "What do you think? What animal do you think your character would be?" And I told them the prompts before the game started, and Jack just goes,
Hello.
What animal do I think the turtle would be?
I wonder.
I wonder.
I said he wasn't allowed to use turtle or tortoise. Turtle or tortoise.
What about terrapin?
Oh.
I don't know what that is.
That's
so...
just unnecessarily fancy.
Where's Nath when you need him? Bringing the nature stuff in. Anyway, so we leave the house. You got no really many paces behind you. You make your way down the hill, past the temple and the marketplace, casually going for a little stroll up to the Curled Talent Inn. You step through the threshold and you are hit by a lovely smell of bread. Seems that they are baking, and there is many people sat around at the tables in here, mostly appearing to be kind of consuming some stew with some freshly baked bread. It is a relatively busy tavern at the best of times, and today is no different. You've hit pretty much peak lunchtime, so everyone's quite happily tucking into their food. When it comes to taverns and stuff, because this is an adventuring town, you get many colorful individuals, as I said before. But you also get this is kind of it's also like the village restaurant. So this is where people come to eat their food and snack out a little bit, treat themselves. So there are a couple of different families here as well that appear to be eating meals with their children. It's kind of dimly lit inside. The windows don't seem to be letting too much light in, but it's still kind of very kind of cozy in there after the winter. The fireplace is still lit just to get that little bit of extra warmth, but the doors are left open just to ensure that there is a nice balance of temperature. You step inside and you can see Golgar behind the bar, who does not give you any attention at all as you enter. But you see that we've got what is her name? Blah, 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 blah.
Brenda.
I had someone. You see that Trevain is in there, hanging out with Villette. Trevain is the person who is in charge of the Tossed Topiary, where you were hanging out hiding yesterday, and Villette is one of the people who runs the adventuring prep store. They appear to be having a nice meal together, having a chat over a couple of coffees. And you enter, scan the room, and there is no sign of Priscilla.
Shit. She's not here.
We'll just grab a table and sit down then.
Okay.
Fortunately enough,
we could ask if she's rented a room or something.
We could, but isn't that a bit weird?
Let's have a sit. Let's have a sit first.
this is the first time the party's ever had to do any reconnaissance. They're not used to the planning stage. Fortunately, there is one seat available, and like I said, it's not. There are other individuals around the bar. We've got some dragonborns. We've got one whole lizard folk over in the corner who is accompanied by a couple of half elves and a halfling. So the fact that another turtle has strolled in and sat down is not something that is raising any alarms. No one's really noticed you or turned their head. Fortunately, we live in a very diverse part of Faerun, where even giant bats aren't necessarily alarm bells going off for everybody. But you take a nice seat, and it looks like the chairs are well reinforced for turtles as well as other larger, heavier. Not that I'm commenting on any size here, Haiku. I don't know.
It's all the shell weight. It's all shell.
It's all the stuff on the shell.
And all the stuff on the shell.
Regardless of where you are on the spectrum. But the seats are very confident in your seating. You take a nice little comfortable rest. Take your feet off the floor. Breathe in the scent of the stew.
What do we do now?
I think we just wait. See what happens. I mean, it's a bit weird to march into a bar and ask if someone's staying there, especially if you're trying to not draw attention.
Is it not equally weird to walk into a bar and just sit there and not order?
Yes, I thought we were getting lunch. That's why I'm here.
Randall's just here for the lunch, so whatever. Okay, well, let's go order some food and stuff there then, I guess. Then we can lead on to other things. The questioning me. It's okay. Me and Gulgar are connected. We'll be fine. Is there a menu nearby? Can we look at it?
You can see that there is a chalkboard up on the.
Does it just say
on
stew?
the bar. It just says stew. It says stew and bread, but it's spelt without the A, so it's just bread. BRED.
It's a bed and bread. Bed and.
So close. So close.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't get all the words out.
Bread and breakfast.
Yeah.
So close. So is someone gonna go up and order? Is that the plan?
I wonder how many people walked in and read the sign and were like, "Can I just have stew without being bread?"
Okay, who's going up? Who's going up to order? Gonna play rock paper scissors for it?
I thought you said you had connections with.
Yeah,
Gulgar.
Yeah, but you know, we're just warming up.
You
Can't go in there
you just like-
full guns a blazing,
Oh,
as they say.
but you could go up and you could ask like, "How's business? Like, you know, are you busy? Got lots of people staying?
Okay.
Maybe get some info."
God damn it! I should have never given myself this character.
You're so friendly and whatever it is, like quokka.
You're so friendly, like a quokka.
Yeah.
Wow, what's a quokka? Okay.
Oh yeah, guns are blazing is definitely circus speech.
I'm
I'm gonna need you to explain that to me.
Okay, what I want to do now is I'm gonna award Randall a free D6 for slipping in the quokka thing. Now everyone else is gonna get one. You get up to 1 D6 if you can manage to slip in the other player's animal.
Shit, I don't
now you
remember
gotta
what they
try and
were.
remember what they were.
Okay.
I can't get any more. Or is that what you mean?
No, that's it. You get a limit of 1.
Okay.
Just shouting
You-
out every
you-
single one.
You unlocked a hidden achievement.
Damn.
Do 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 do.
DJ Khaled returns.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that.
Oh
That's
yes.
So good. So good.
All right. Do you guys want stew and bread? Bread? Yeah.
Sounds delightful.
Extra bread, if you don't mind asking.
Extra bread. Okay. Extra. Yeah. Do you want a drink?
Yeah.
What drinks do you want?
I'll-
Water. You're having
This
water.
is this like exactly like being in a restaurant.
I'm like, hurry up.
I'm ordering for you. Hurry up. Look at the menu.
Okay, if you don't want anything other than water, say now. I'm leaving. Goodbye. I walked away.
All right, up
Just
to the
like
bar.
life.
You see, Golgar is relatively busy tending people. There is one stool that is free, which you can climb up onto if you wish.
Oh yeah, I should probably do that.
Yeah, that's the only way you're going to get his attention. You see, he's pulling pints.
Oh, so he's not serving a customer right now. He's just.
He's pulling pints for a customer.
Oh, okay. Well, I should wait patiently for that to be done then. Such a robot man.
He's done.
Gulgar.
Right.
Here.
Yeah. He's all right. Yeah, how's it going?
You're right. Everything okay?
Yeah, not too bad. It's a busy day, but making lots of money.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Good.
quite happy with that. Yeah, we're doing all right. Yeah. How's the adventuring business? Heard your house got all fancy like. Looks a little less shit now.
Oh yeah. Had to get that done, you know. Since the winter
yeah,
was
making
cold.
got big money though. Yeah, got to be
Oh, adventurer, you know.
kill a dragon or something. Get some dragon money. Is that what you came into?
No, no dragon money. Just
No, I was just
adventuring's a good business. You can join us if you want. You want to be an adventurer? Cool.
really.
I mean, I'll have to talk to the community about the I'll have have to talk to the party about it. But...
Hi, Ava community. Hi, guys.
Hey, Ava community. Thanks so much for the raid. It's just leaked its way into my brain, and I said it immediately. Thank you very much. Hi, how you doing?
It's always nice when you see people in chat with the pronoun extension. I immediately assume that we're best friends.
Yeah,
every time I see someone with the pronoun extension, I'm like, we're pals. Right. Okay. So he's like, oh well, you do that for me, really?
Well, I mean, you'd have to, tell me what you do. What part you'd play in it.
Does your adventuring party need a bartender?
I mean, not a terrible idea.
Because that's what I do.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep it in mind, and
You get back to me.
Yeah. We'll do. Yeah.
What can I do for you today, though? Yeah.
Well, out of character question. Is this a B&B place?
Yeah, they're. You stayed here for a couple of days.
I couldn't remember if it was here or not. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Tavern and inn.
Okay. I wanna say, how's the bed and breakfast part doing? How's the beds doing?
Yeah, we'll go. It's just people adventuring. They come in here, so they take some spaces every now and again.
You got many people in right now?
Oh, most of our beds are taken up. Why are you looking to rent?
No, I was just seeing if your business is doing good. Seems to be doing good. There's lots of people in here.
Yeah, well, you know what it's like. It's everyone's in there for the stew and the bread.
Yes. Talking about stew and bread, can we have 3 of those, please?
Yeah, stew and bread.
3 waters.
All good for the money. Yeah, 3. Oh, getting crunk on a winter lunch. Oh my God. Waters. Yeah, all right, fine.
They didn't answer quick enough.
You can see that the water is like a little bit dirty. The glass is not very well cleaned. Like it's just everything. All of the other drinks that you've ever had here have been lovely and like very well like.
Okay, after the one
quality,
water's been pulled there, I'll change my decision.
It almost seems like it's purposefully dirty so that people don't come in here asking for an
water.
extremely cheap drink.
That's a genius business plan. Okay.
Health and safety regulations are not part of Faerunian law.
Shit. Just two ales.
Yeah.
Ales?
Want some dragon piss?
Got anything else? What have you got? What's your specialities?
Well, we've got this fine elven mead here. It's very, very tasty. You can see that it's like kind of hidden away up on the shelf, very dusty. And he kind of like just pushes some of the dust off of the label. And you can see it's a very fine bottle, but from the angle that you're at, you can see that it's actually empty. Like there's like a very, very small amount of it, maybe at the bottom of the bottle. It looks potentially like he's got that there just to seem fancy and to be able to refer to it. You can also see that we've got some Bullock brew over here. Yeah, we can just kind of a little variety of the usual. Dr. Pepper.
Oh, Dr. Pepper's disgusting. Pepsi? Have a Pepsi? Lemonade?
Well, depends on if they renew their sponsorship. I don't know. I'll just pour you some dragon piss.
Yeah, okay, yeah, great. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, yeah. Stu will be with you shortly.
All right, I'll go down. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much. Anytime.
I struggle off the seat.
Kind of before you leave, he puts his hand out.
Oh yeah, how much? How much is it?
Oh, for you, 10 gold.
Yeah, right. Give him 10 gold.
He's coming here and like, yeah, did the house up, got loads of money from being an adventurer. It's great being an adventurer. We make loads of money. Do you want to join us? Okay. Upcharging? No.
I give him the 10 gold because I want to be on his good set.
Nice, yeah, butter him up. You can see that he looks very smug with himself when he takes.
I wink at him when I give him the.
Oh, okay, all right. Reputation plus 100.
Yes.
Takes it away and he shuffles it. Come back and sit back. Are you sitting back down with the party?
Mm-hmm.
As you do so, a couple moments later, the stews float their way out of the kitchen as you are associated. You're used to place themselves down gently on the table.
Did you remember the extra bread?
I give Haiku my bread. I'm fine. Yeah. I remember.
Thank you.
I love it.
So, guns are blazing. What's that? What's that about?
It means you're going like full throttle.
A full throttle.
You're going full throttle, you know? Yeah. Like a bull at a china shop.
Oh my god, that Randall's just furiously scribbling. There's just too many.
Quick, I need another cool hip phrase for full throttle.
We had full throttle.
What is a throttle? Is that where you choke someone out?
Yeah.
It means like you go in like full into something. Like all the way in.
Is it like
All the way
full
in.
steam ahead?
Yeah. Oro doesn't know what that means.
She's only fluent in circus lingo.
And
So,
erotica. There you go. And the two.
So like when we went into the sewers, we were guns ablazing because we went all the way into the sewers.
Yeah. We like knew what we were
Guns
going
a-blazing.
straight in. Yeah. We knew what our plan was. We knew what we were doing. We were going guns a-blazing. A bull at a china shop. Full throttle. You see?
Okay.
You see?
Balls deep. Oh my god.
Balls. No, not balls deep.
Full twist of the wrist. I like that.
So when we came in here, full throttle
Yes.
because we had a plan for lunch.
Yeah.
And we're all the way in.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
The stew is okay.
Wow, this stew is okay.
It's like one of those times where you give a character loads of information that they've just found out from succeeding a skill check, and then rather than like telling it out in roleplay, I say what the DM said. I tell everyone else exactly what you said, the exact same way you did. It's chunky. Too much potato.
Oro eats it, which is not a greatest fan, but doesn't want to be rude.
Also, you paid $3 for that.
I paid a lot of money for it. But you know, I'm swimming in money, I don't care.
Is it? Look, so many people say immediately, is there such a thing as too much potato? Yes.
No, there isn't.
There absolutely is.
How could you do potatoes like that?
Depends what kind of potato it is.
This
And
is
like
true.
how it's prepared, the preparation.
You gotta, as long as it's the golden potatoes, it doesn't matter how many there are. They just taste so good. They're like naturally buttery.
I'm letting my bias slip through. I'm not a big fan of potatoes. Okay, well, there's a little bit too much of whatever your character doesn't like.
Oh.
What's in the stew? Now you have
Flavour.
to tell us every ingredient.
Fuck! There's lots of basil.
Okay.
Too much basil. The thing. There you go. Lots of potato. Very big, chunky potatoes. There's too much gristle on there's a small amount of beef in there. There's too much gristle on the beef.
Oh, no gristle. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like all of that.
All right, well, Haiku has a wonderful time.
I like all the extra bread.
What
What
would a
could I
sack
ask
of
for?
potatoes?
Yeah, I ain't even got the bread.
Haiku's very happy.
How is the bread?
Wow.
Bread is the best bit.
The bread's pretty good, actually. The bread's pretty good. Yeah.
Right.
I forgot that you didn't have any.
Shit. So I asked him how the business was doing, like to just try and get some small talk out of him, and he just said it was booming. But I didn't feel like I could be like, who exactly is in there? So to speak.
We said there were
Please give
people
me a
saying-
list of the guests that you have at your tavern.
I'm curious.
Like their home address as well, and social security
For
number.
marketing purposes, there's no data protection laws in.
You're right. So what should I go try and ask him?
Well, we could just wait and see if she comes out. Like, it's
Okay.
lunchtime,
Yeah.
so maybe she needs to come out and eat. I
Yeah.
assume other people eat as well.
I assume. Yeah. Okay.
You'd think so.
All right.
So you're just gonna wait?
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay, for a little bit. 30 minutes passes. There is no sign of Priscilla, whomst you are hunting,
Stalking.
stalking. There is no sign. She does not appear out of any of the doors in the back that lead up to the housing, or the rooms rather. And you cannot see that she's in the crowd that is drinking and eating in the tavern.
Okay. What do we do?
You can continue waiting if you'd like, but I'm just telling you, as 30 minutes passes, no change.
I want to go up to Gulgar and ask for some bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hop back up on the stall. You see now that time has passed a little bit. A couple of people have left, so there's a little bit more stoolage available.
Storage.
Hop up on there. You can see that go. All right. The more benchage. As you hop up on there, you can see that Golgar is actually just cleaning a glass, or cleaning a glass with a dirty rag. So cleaning isn't really the word that I'd use.
Preparing them for water.
But he sees you pop up on the stall and comes over. Stew good? Yeah? Good stew?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. That's good stuff. Yeah. I like a bit of stew.
I can tell. if
Well,
you
come
don't-
back for seconds?
Well, I just want some bread. Could I have some bread, please?
Well, okay, you had bread with the stew.
Yeah, I was meant to ask for extra bread, but I forgot, so I gave my bread to the turtle over there, so I had no bread. And I was gonna leave it, but the bread was apparently really good, so I wanted some bread.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Well, for you, I'll give you some for free.
Oh, thank you.
I know, I'm very generous.
Oh,
Don't worry.
I can
Here you go, yeah.
thank you.
I'll be out with you shortly, all right?
All right,
You just
okay,
get
thanks.
comfy, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, no worries? Okay.
right,
Anything else I can get for you? You don't want a refill?
No, not right now. Maybe in a bit.
No? All right, well, that's fine.
All right.
That's fine. Yeah.
Slide
Smell
off
you
the
later.
stool.
Shortly, some bread accompanies you out of the kitchen door, floats its way over to the table.
Thank you. And
I feel like maybe the 10 gold that you spent was
yeah, it's coming in now.
might have contributed somewhat to the to the bread that you just got for free.
Free bread. I'll take it. I guess we'll wait for a bit longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dick.
I mean, you can eat
Another-
your bread. Can't go yet.
That's true. It does come out warm. It's almost like the one that you've ordered is freshly baked.
Ooh.
Everyone else's was nice, it was fresh, but it wasn't
Oh,
fresh, you know?
Mm.
It was made that day, but it wasn't fresh. It was nice and warm still. Another 30 minutes passes. Gets to about another 45 minutes. There's no change. Nerily, how's it hanging out there, chilling in the tree line like a creepy stalker?
I think what I've done after 15 minutes pass, I do kind of realize that I am just literally like standing out there behind a tree, like,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna like sit down. And I before we left, I grabbed like a big handful of sprouts from the bag of holding,
Of course you did, yeah.
and so I'm like picnicking, like trying to look like I'm just, chilling in the trees, like resting my back against a tree and eating sprouts.
Okay.
And
It's a bit
periodically kind
aromatic
of
over there.
like
Yeah,
what's
okay.
aromatic? The sprouts.
Yes.
They're good sprouts.
Yeah, delicious. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta eat them before they turn.
It's not a problem with the bag of holding. You're okay. Okay. So, like I said, 30 minutes passes for you. You take a seat. You start munching on your sprouts. Another 30 minutes passes, and you're starting to recognize that it seems like these guys might be in it for the long haul. We're now getting, slightly further into the afternoon. Are you happy to continue waiting? Is that what you want to do? Are you angling yourself so you can see through a window or something like that? Sorry for bumping the mic.
Yeah, I figured like there's a pretty good little copse of trees down here, and I've got a pretty good view of the inn. So if there is a window or something I could see in, that would be like optimal. But if not, I'm just waiting for the sign of warning or for someone to come get me, because I don't know, how long they might have to take to watch what she's doing, or I'm assuming she's in there and that they're just being really careful or something.
Sure. Okay. Well, after a little bit of time, you... One second. You hear a crack of a twig behind you.
I'm going to try not to look immediately, but I'm going to listen for how far away they are. So I don't, because if you look immediately, you look suspicious, right?
Sure.
I'm not just sitting in my village eating some sprouts. I'm like, oh no, who's behind
Not at all
me?
suspicious.
As you turn, you see a cat. Appears to be a local cat, potentially from one of the households around here, that has kind of scampered its way through the tree line. Comes out of one of the houses nearby, starts stepping through into the trees, and you keep your eyes on it for a second. And it almost looks like it's going to get a little bit closer to you, but instead it kind of patters away a little bit. And as it does, you just watch it, and you see some feet. And you look up, and you can see that Priscilla is there, crouched, watching you. And she sees the cat go past and goes, "For fuck's sake." Because the cat just scampers off into the distance. Hi, Noelle.
She wouldn't know that name.
She wouldn't know that name. She wouldn't know your name from your background.
Well, maybe
Okay.
she would.
Unless you can think of a really, really good reason why she wouldn't, I promise you she knows your name.
Because that's not my name.
Really? What? Since
Go
when is
read
that
my
the
sheet.
case?
Go read my sheet. It's right there at the top.
Oh, no. We're fine. No, we're fine. No. We're okay. Yeah.
Well, it's not at the top. I'm so sorry. Okay, here, hold on.
No. We're fine. We're fine.
Okay. But she might still have known that.
Yeah.
Ooh. I was like, oh no, now I have to say it.
I was like, I don't remember you having another name, but I'm glad that you've mentioned that now. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's under all the list of people.
Dude, it's been like a year since we
I
came
know,
up with
it's
this
been
law, right?
so long, yeah.
But it's okay. This is fine.
Yeah.
She calls you Noelle regardless.
She does. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm just going to stare blankly for a second, because I think she's kind of panicking. But can I insight check to see if I can detect aggression or frustration behind that?
You absolutely can, yeah.
I click it. Why not? Oh, damn it. I'm gonna use one of my inspirations.
Okay. One of your inspirations.
Yeah. Well, the rest are combat, so this is the normal one I have so
D6s.
far.
I was like,
yeah.
I don't remember.
Sorry, my chat
inspiration.
inspiration. Sorry. Oh, 13. Well, great.
It's fucking law. I love that. What an excellent emote as well. Holy shit. Okay.
I know you did this, Adam. Just kidding.
So you rolled a 13 in total, is that?
Mm-hmm.
With the help from a chat's D6.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to whomever.
Thank you, Kanak.
added that. You can see that there is a softness in her expression, and kind of a genuine sense of, uh-oh, I've been called looking suspicious, that has kind of crossed her face. She has a very slight smile on her face, but in like a, hey, how's it going kind of way. Your interactions with her in the past, being that you know that she taught you how to forage and hunt.
She's always been nice to me.
You've had a lot of time together in ways that has been quite intimate. You know, the chance to like properly get to know somebody. Although when you're hunting properly, it's mostly silence. But you're in someone's quite close proximity. You get used to their company, even if it's not spoken necessarily. And she seems like as you remember her.
I'm not going to say anything. I think I'm going to try to actually. Okay, so she's going to kind of like do the like look up from under the like hood thing. Like probably was like half away to eating a sprout, and it's kind of like, who?
Would you like to roll deception?
Sure.
The DC is going to be high, very high. Could you roll a perception check for Nugget, please, Jenny?
Yeah. $20.
Okay, Nugget deftly jumps off of the roof of the tavern and glides their way to the front door. Not so deftly, colliding with the front door. Bam, 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 bam. This huge bat just stumbles into one of the tables near the entrance and pushes over a family of 4 who just sat around having their happy meal. Kind of like claws away over to you and just like looks at you.
Favorite McDonald's. The happy meal.
Okay, then we're leaving.
Okay. But there is some time that passes between you guys arriving and Nugget leaving. She just kind of says, Nerily, hi. We don't have to do. You can take the. You don't make a very good old lady.
That's fair. But it is a little cold.
Okay, you can keep the robe on. That's fine. It's chilly. Can we talk?
Why are you here?
It's a long story. One thing that you note very explicitly is that she is not carrying a weapon.
That I can see? I'm kidding.
She has her bow on her, but it is unstrung.
Oh, okay. What do you want to talk about?
Well, it's cold, and I just wanted to explain why I'm here and ask you for some help.
What do you need help from me for?
The path that I'm on is greater than I. Can we chat somewhere? You can bring your party. She points to the tree line as you guys come around the corner.
Like busting through the tree line.
Guns are blazing.
Yeah. No, because we're outside. It can't be guns are blazing.
You're right. Sorry.
They're outside. It doesn't work. You got to use it right.
It's only an inside phrase. Use your inside phrases. I hear like she points and I look and I see them coming and I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit better now. So I'll kind of stand up and like I'm gonna take a step, like I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna take a step like around the tree, kind of like not interposing it completely, but kind of getting closer to the side of the tree that they're on than that she's on.
Sure.
kind of thing.
Mhm.
Why is here not okay?
It's cold. I've been sleeping on this terrible bed. It's worse than the ground. I prefer the ground.
He doesn't seem like he'd take very good care of the beds there.
She sees everyone come stumbling onto the scene like knives out. And she just, she puts her hands up a little bit and she steps away from any trees and anything. She stands up into the open. She steps forward. Hi, everyone. I've heard a lot about you.
What have you heard?
Well, just that, you're adventurers and
They were really
that
cool.
you like knives. And I've heard a lot about... She points to Nugget, who is like now kind of like came out with you, but clambered onto the side of a wall just to like get a good vantage point. And I heard a lot about, you guys are quite distinctive.
What do you mean? Blend in.
Who's this? She says, pointing towards Haiku.
Hi.
Hi.
Who?
Your name is Haiku?
Yeah?
What does that mean? It's such an unfamiliar tongue.
It's just a name. It's just a name.
He wants to go somewhere and talk. Her bow's not strong.
Where do you want to go?
Somewhere a bit more private than a tavern and a little less cold than a copse of trees.
Do we go to the mansion?
Might as well now.
Could we not talk in your room at the tavern?
We could, but it's a bit cramped. There's no seating.
Can I inside check to see if she's trying to figure out where I'm staying?
Yes, you can.
Ooh.
Ding, 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 ding. No, she does not appear to be looking like she's trying to... In fact, you have an inkling that she already knows where you're staying.
Yeah,
Really,
honestly.
She knows who we are and knows stuff about us.
Yeah.
Like,
How long have you been here?
This time, only a couple of days.
This time.
This time.
We might as well go back, yeah.
You can put your hands down. It's okay.
My arms are getting tight.
No, they
In real
weren't.
life.
Yeah, in real life, I was saying.
Okay. Well, on that, let's have a little break. Anyone need a bio break?
Damn you.
yes.
A bit of a
This
wee-wee?
is gonna be two cliffhangers. There's a cliffhanger in the middle now.
I do need to refill my drink. This has whiskey in it.
Oh my god, getting crunk. Okay, if you guys are new here, our bio breaks are pretty short because we have a very laid back atmosphere on our stream. We'll go for a wee, we'll come back and we'll chat some shit before we get going again. Have a think. What would these guys, what would their characters be as animals?
If not what we already said.
If not what they already said. Come up with some animals for our characters. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Us.
We're not really going anywhere, but we're going somewhere for a second. All right?
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Hello there. Hi.
Hello. If anyone's still here from the 8-bit community, thank you so much for the raid. Very much appreciated.
Big thumbs up.
Big thank.
Here is the book
Whoa.
that I purchased. Whoa. Whoa, it's magic. Whoa, I can't stop it. It won't stay still. Whoa. It's got some really good stuff in here, actually. It's not quite what I was looking for, but I found what I was looking for elsewhere, so it's fine. And I will definitely recommend this to people who are wanting to get ideas for prompts for their character creation and stuff. This section is called 5 Things You Packed But Shouldn't Have.
Ooh, I like that.
Right?
Yeah,
that's cool, isn't it?
That's cool.
There's one part about the one that got away.
Oh.
Anyone that you might be leaving behind, from a past non-adventuring life, that kind of stuff. It's quite cool. It's divided into sections. This isn't an advert, by the way. James D'Amato is not sponsoring our stream.
If you want to, let us know.
I did pay for this with money. But it's cool though. It's got some good stuff. It is divided into level ranges, which I find a bit strange, because if I'm doing this for, I guess that's if you're making a character at level 15 or whatever. But you know. Hey Nick, did any of you catch the Diablo themed D&D Critical Role did for Blizzard? What? I love Diablo. That's excellent. I love Diablo. I'm very excited to play the remaster of Diablo 2, because I played the shit out of Diablo 2. Diablo 2 and Baldur's Gate 2 are some of the earliest games that shaped me as a gamer. I remember seeing someone else play Diablo 2 and wanting to play it, and I do remember playing it, and my parents clearly didn't vet it at all, because in one of the levels I remember looking at the gore and stuff, and it's so visceral. It's just there's a spell called Corpse Explosion, and you just bodies just explode and everything. Sometimes you touch a cow and the cow's innards just go everywhere, and it's just my god. Jesus. So yeah, played that a little bit young.
Diablo 2 is almost full time.
Oh my god, great. Thank you very much, Jack. Swinging in here, making me feel elderly.
Wait, what?
He said it's almost as old as he is. Oro could be a raccoon, cute but also sneaky. Oh, that's a great suggestion.
It's a great one.
I like that a lot. Damn, what a good suggestion. Holy shit. Have there been any others I have missed? Randall could be a lemur.
Lemur.
Yeah.
Hello, sorry, I am back.
That's okay. We're back.
I don't know what animals. Oh, hey, Boots. I don't know what animals they are, but the DM is a rabbit badger of entertainment. Okay, we got Katie is a unicorn. Jenny is an owl, but a big one, like in Winnie the Pooh. I like that a lot.
Big owl.
I'm a unicorn, or Nurley's a unicorn?
Well, that's at Katie Quixotic, so I don't know. Quick, rate their chairs.
Me and Jack have the same chairs, I believe.
Yeah. Lots of rates for Jenny's chair, but not a single rate for my chair.
It's because me in my chair looks like this is a much grander chair, but you in your chair, it just looks like a normal chair.
It does look like you have a very high back chair.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm just small in comparison.
Oh my
to
god!
chair.
I didn't know you had the same chair.
I didn't even. Yesterday.
Look, it's
yesterday,
fine if I just sit up right.
I forgot that short people exist. So everyone's I've seen so few people. I've seen my friend Jules, and she's kind of short, but for the most part, I just haven't seen people, right? Yeah. So the other day, and this is weird because it was in VR. So I was playing VR with my friend, and you can set your height. And they set their height as their real height, and I had my height as my real height, and I loaded in, and I was like, "Why are you down there?" And I was just like, "No, that makes sense."
Have I told you the story of me realizing exactly how short Anne is?
Please do.
The short version of it is like we moved in
Short
together maybe like 5 years ago, but we've known each other since we were 5 years old, right? So like in my head somewhere, I know I'm taller than her, but we grew up together, so there's that like we were kids together, and you kind of are vaguely like the same size as other kids. And so when we moved in together, I had the day off after we moved in, but she didn't. So I was like, I'm going to unpack the house and get everything all ready. So when she gets home, it's all done and she doesn't have to worry about it. So I unpacked the kitchen, and I always put medicine usually in the kitchen, but I always kind of put it like out of the way because you don't need that every day, right? Like you need spices and stuff like that to cook. So I put the medicine above the fridge. There's always those like half cabinets above the fridge, and I can reach over the fridge, which is taller than me, but I can reach over it and get the basket out and get the medicine I need. And she had been sick for a couple of days, I think, and I didn't know. And she finally came out and she goes, "Do you know where the medicine's at?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's above the fridge." I'm so sorry. And I went and I got it like down for her and like gave her everything she needed, and then it started staying like on the first shelf with the spices, like,
I remember being at your house and opening a cupboard and being like, "There's drugs in here."
Like, why is the ibuprofen above the coffee with the oregano? Well, because we're old and we need ibuprofen a lot, and also because Anne can reach it. But in the new apartment, in this one, we have the medicine now above the washer and dryer because she can reach up there to get the laundry stuff anyway, because it's much shorter. Yeah. So I just like completely forgot that she's like 5'1" and I'm 5'10", which is like 1.89 or something like that meters. And so I just forgot that she wouldn't be able to reach above the fridge. Yeah. So
I like that a lot. Anyway, so nice to have everybody here. I like especially like my Sunday evenings because I get to not only play D&D and hang out with my pals, but also I get to hang out with chat. Yeah. And you aren't my pals, but it's nice to. I'm kidding.
Also enemies.
Yeah. Get the enemies in there as well. Anyway,
Adam is a giant. Can confirm.
Let's get crack-a-lackin'.
Okay, is that where circus speak? Crack-a-lackin'. Oh my God, I haven't heard that since like the 90s.
I'm really cool.
Hey, you know what? Scrunchies came back. Crack-a-lackin' can come back too.
But should it? That's the
Listen, I can take away inspiration as well, okay?
I personally prefer these to
take
Scrunchies.
away what isn't there.
Okay, fine. Fair point.
Anyway.
Right. Anyway. Oh, wait. Haiku could be a squirrel since he gathers things and enjoys eating.
Oh, that's cute.
That's cute.
But one
That's
of
a really
the
good suggestion.
Canadian squirrels that's like black and super fluffy.
Ooh.
That's cute.
Instead of our skinny little brown ones.
Speaking of spice, anyone excited for the new Dune series? Oh boy, yeah. Oh boy. That looks excellent. Very excited for it.
Squirrels.
Okay. So you start pacing away from the tree line. You've got Priscilla in tow.
I'm behind her.
You're behind her. Okay, so you wait patiently for her to pass, and then you kind of like shepherding her. This is hard to say. Why is this hard to say? Shepherding her. There we go. Got it.
Mode.
Shepherding her. You shepherd her towards the house. Do you do so in silence? She tries to make awkward conversation, but you can tell that she's not very good at it.
If she tries to make awkward conversation, I will keep awkward conversation with her, but very guardedly.
Right. Okay.
Does she try and make awkward conversation, or does she try and make conversation awkwardly?
She tries to make conversation awkwardly.
Okay.
What a good distinction. Wow, you're such an insightful person. She tries to make conversation awkwardly. You sense that at least Nerly definitely gets the knowing her a bit better. You get the sense that she spends a lot of time outside on her own, and that she's not well socialized.
Yeah.
But you kind of walk up the hill and try not to look too suspicious as you are essentially walking a prisoner up a hill. She's in the group and you're just like, I'm suspicious of you.
Suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I knew you wouldn't be able to keep that inside of you.
Dog started it.
I didn't sing at all.
You did it in a slightly, very marginal, sing-songy way, and it triggered my brain. Anyway.
If you don't
Don't
understand by
believe
now
this
that that's
word.
how bards work, I don't know how to like talk to any of you at this point.
The door is open, and in steps Priscilla. You see Evelyn shows her face, and she waves. And Priscilla says, "Hi, Evelyn. It's nice to see you."
How do you know her name?
We met
When?
last time I was here.
Why?
Well, shall we take a seat somewhere and I can tell you my story?
All right.
You've got so many halls now. Where do you want to sit? Should I take you back to your house map?
Oh.
Take us back to the house map.
Oh,
Yeah.
where are you guys
Do we have-
gonna
sit?
go?
Right her. This is where Nerly walks.
Okay, ground floor. So you're not going to go onto one of the fancier meeting halls upstairs
Oh.
No, absolutely not.
because you've got
Yeah.
another meeting hall on the first floor, and there's another one that's more like sofa
There's
areas.
just too many meeting
on the
halls. We
second
don't have
floor.
enough meetings.
No.
To explain for the US, the first floor for them is the second floor for us.
Yes, ground floor, first floor, second floor.
We count from zero, like all sane people.
So you're just going to your ground floor meeting room, just having a big old sit down at the long table there. Okay, no worries. Right, well, usher her in, and she.
Is there a map on this meeting room? I'm just wondering what it is. Is there a map here? Is there like a globe? Is there some? Is there one of those sticks that you push little figures along?
Okay.
Little
This
figures.
isn't a war room. Yeah, this isn't a war
Damn
room.
it,
This is
okay.
just
No, that's upstairs.
This is kind of the dining hall. This is the dining hall.
Okay.
So it's just a long table with one long table with a bunch of seats that are kind of around it. You can see that there are empty frames along the walls that could be filled with paintings, but have not been. So if any of you guys have got any paintings that you've rolled up and nabbed from dungeons,
I have that motivational poster.
uh-huh.
Can we say we put that up whilst we're in the?
Yes, you
break
can
before
if that's what
post
you'd
drop?
like. Yeah.
What does it say again? I forget.
Shit, I can't remember which one it was now. I must have it written down. I have to find it.
I really hope so.
It's the
But if you
biggest
guys have
fucking
any,
one.
if you have any motivational things that you think she should have on her poster, please feel free to put it in chat. But we did make those with the inspiration generator, didn't we?
Yeah, Inspirobot is what it's called.
Inspirobot we used.
Mm-hmm.
Have a browse on
Great website.
Inspirobot. That was a lot of fun. Good
Yeah.
times, man. Good times. Okay. Anyway, so you take a sit. You take a seat down.
take a sit. A
Oh
whole
my
sit.
god! Today is difficult for me.
Mhm.
You take a sit down. Are you like? How are you positioning yourself? Are you doing like she's at the head of the table and you guys are on the other side? Are you doing like you're all on
All the
one
way
side
to
of
the
the
other
table?
table.
You're all on like one long side and she's on the other on her own. Like, what are you doing? You just kind of sitting down all at one end. Like, what's the deal
We should
here?
do it like an interview panel. She sits on her own on one side, and we all sit the other side.
I
Yeah.
think out of habit, I sit where I always sit when we eat, which would
is-
probably be right here.
Okay, sure. All right. Okay. And everyone else is going to sit on the opposite side of where she's sitting,
Yep.
including Nugget, who is going to position themselves as if they were seated, like at the
Nice.
table edge.
Okay.
One half of this table looks like the fucking Last Supper. And the other side, you've just got Priscilla, who's sat down, looking. She's definitely worse for wear. She looks quite tired. From her breath from here, you can tell already kind of stinks. A lot of her clothes are still very dirty and muddied.
I prestidigitation
why
her
did we let
boots
her in?
before we come in. Yeah.
Also, important question: where's Parsnip, and what's Parsnip been doing?
Well,
That's a
Parsnip
very
came
good
with us,
question.
so
Parsnip did come with you, yes.
he's just.
Parsnip has spent some time on the walk. Parsnip stood behind with Oro on the walk back, and used the opportunity to sniff the boots of Priscilla as she was going forward. he does not seem to have an opinion on her.
Probably smells so much like a woodland creature that he was just kind of like, I don't know.
Just trying to figure out what's on her boots. You know,
Yeah.
seems like she's been a couple of places. There's all sorts going on over there. But you take a sit. Fuck me. You take a seat. Christ. Anyway,
I didn't even clock it that time until you
take a sit. This is the new bench. This is what the problem is. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know, I watched that clip earlier
Take a-
today, so I think I've cursed you in the future. I'm sorry.
Take a sit on the bench.
You did this to me.
Sorry.
And she, looks very uncomfortable considering the fact that there is just a line of people stood there watching her, and she's just like, "Oh, you want this? Yeah, I'll just start, I guess." Yeah, I've met Evelyn before. Hi again, Evelyn. See, I knew. She points to Nurali. I knew. Very good at my job. So it's a bit awkward, but I'm not here for you, Nurali. I was before, but I'm not now.
Why?
What? They've kind of given up on you.
Are you sure?
Well, as far as I can tell. Or at least they've given up on me finding you.
Why didn't you tell them where I was at?
Well, we tracked you here, but you weren't here.
And you couldn't track beyond here.
I found that you got on some kind of cart and went somewhere.
So why are you telling them now?
You see, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Guariel. Elder Guariel made me hunt you when you left. And I tracked you here, and I was going to find you, and they wanted me to take you back. But I got here and you were gone. And I came here and I spoke to Evelyn, and Evelyn doesn't speak. But whatever communication we could achieve, she told me nothing. she looks at Evelyn. And then back to Nura.
I like pat Evelyn on the shoulder and like squeeze it. Good girl. Don't talk to strangers.
And they weren't pleased. They kicked me out.
Inside check.
Yep. She is 100% telling the truth. As far as you can tell, there's not a single thing about what she's saying is incorrect.
I didn't think they'd ever be mad enough to kick somebody out.
Well, I don't think they really thought of me as part of their community. I spent so much time outside that I was just a tool. I had nowhere to go. So I came out with my hunting party to find you. I found nothing. I returned and they kicked me out. So I thought, what can I do to get back in their good graces? And I thought, I know. I figured it out. They love Selune so much. and they hate those who have been blessed by Selune because they are jealous. So I can find some werewolves and kill them, bring back their pelts, and they'll love me again. I can show that I can be useful. From your time with your community, that is actually a tradition that's part of the law of at least the sect of religion that your community followed, is that whilst many people think that in Faerun the link between the moon and werewolves is much slimmer than than in kind of modern mythology, they believe that werewolves are actually draining power from the moon in order to shapeshift, etc. And they refer to them as like blessed by Selune, but the reality of it is that their belief system revolves around them stealing power from the moon. As if the story is that initially it was one of their members who was blessed with the ability to shapeshift with the moon, and that since then it's a blessing, but the belief system has changed very much. It's just that the name hasn't.
Gotcha.
So to you, as someone who has spent some time with this sect, this is perfectly logical. You can absolutely see why this is the path that she's gone down.
Yeah.
And with your previous insight check, she 100% believes that hunting down some werewolves and bringing them back may raise her reputation some more.
And did you?
Well, I have to travel there now. I wanted to swing by Nesmith one final time to see if you were here, if you would help me.
Help you what?
I need to hunt these werewolves, and I'm fairly confident I know where they are, but werewolves are a mighty foe. They are too great for I. Grammar's not my strong suit today. They are too great for me. I've heard rumors of lycanthropes near Bogbrook. It's to the south of here, so Nesmith was a sensible stop. I would refill my supplies and see if I could find you. And I had already tracked you to this house, so when I saw that there was renovations being done and stalked you for a while, I knew that you were in the area. I hoped that we would have some kind of meet cute, but whilst we were at the market, I saw a giant bat. Not you.
That was by design.
I was not sneaky enough.
If I help you find the werewolves, will you tell them that I'm gone or dead?
I'll tell you whatever you want me to tell them.
Are these werewolves bad?
All werewolves are.
Then I'll help you, but you have to tell them that I'm dead.
Of course. Of course.
Okay.
And your company, your party, will you help?
That's up to them.
You want us to help?
The whole party rolled exceptionally well. Don't worry, it wasn't you. Exactly. Everyone rolls 22, 22, 22, 22.
It's a good day. I'm down to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
You can see-
Can't split the party.
that Priscilla looks over to Nugget, waiting for Nugget to accept. Nugget just looks. Yeah, just kind of just nods his head.
Then we all look to Parsnip.
He stays behind.
Parsnip is currently licking her shoes.
When do you want to go?
As soon as you can. I'm not in a rush. I've got nowhere else to go. Though I will run out of money to pay the innkeeper with. His prices are steep.
Yeah, I paid him
An
10 gold
adventure in
today.
town.
What did you buy?
I'm trying to get on his good side.
Yeah, no, it's expensive. I hear that
think
about
it's-
adventuring towns, though.
Mm-hmm. Everything seems expensive here.
Last time I was here, I was bankrolled. This time, I had to pay out of my own pocket.
I'm fine to go now, if you know where they're at.
I have a good sense that they're in Bogbrook. I will move you briefly back to this map. Da 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 da. You can see that Bogbrook is to the south of Nesmith.
Are
Emotional.
you?
There is no direct road.
My map is taking some time to load in at proper quality, so it just looks like a lot of blobs right now. Sorry. Just imagine you know where we're going.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of blobs.
If I ping, if I ping, does
Yeah,
it show
it's
the
that
ping
blob.
on your map? There you go. It's that
Oh
blob.
my god, that's so much blob
You
going on.
can't even see the river. It's so blob.
Oh, it's back, it's back, it's back.
Oh, is it back? Okay. I was going to say, if you try zooming in, sometimes it'll load in. Yeah, beautiful, high quality map made by Wizards of the Coast. Probably, I think. It's got their style. I'm pretty sure it's Wizards of the Coast. Now I say that, I'm not 100% certain. I do try to make sure that we credit the proper artists, but I've never actually thought about this one. Pretty sure it's Wizards of the Coast. This is the WOTC map. There you go. We're fine. We're okay. That's like a natural sewer person. What, you mean Bogmans?
Oh man.
Oh, Mark here wasn't here for Bogmans. I think Bogmans makes an appearance in one of the highlight clips.
He does.
Okay. So what's the party's for feeling right now? Let's go around the table. Let's share with the class.
Who first?
Let's start with Randall this time.
Damn it. Maybe a little bit. I think Randall's probably a bit like not apprehensive, but a little on edge because of like what Nurali has been telling them for the whole time that they've known each other, and like the whole incident when they were like we were staying at somewhere and like you woke up and like barred the door and was like looking out the window and stuff. So it's probably like a little bit like she seems okay, but still very wary of like Nurali's reaction previously.
Yeah, I did kind of set the tone for her kind of relationship with her previous community.
Mm-hmm.
How about Oro?
Cautious as well, but if Nurali is going along with it and feels safe doing it, then a bit comforted by that. But still on edge.
Okay.
Knives are ready.
Knives are always ready. How about Haiku?
Knives have two edges. They're always on edge.
They're always on edge. Where's the flat side?
No. Well, it's still on edge. It's just not very sharp.
Tangential.
How about Haiku?
It's slightly strange. It's going to be after this, but Haiku's always up for an adventure.
Always up for an adventure. Bloody love Haiku. Okay, cool. How about Nurali?
She kind of feels a little sorry for her. I think she knows what it's like. And she's debating whether or not to try to convince her just to leave. But she also wants them to think that she's dead, so it's kind of like fighting that, like, do I make sure that I'm safe, or do I convince her to, like, break free from that?
Could break free from your cocoon like a butterfly would.
Hey.
All right, you get your
hair
D6.
tuck.
You get your D6.
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ooh.
If Haiku falls on their back, can they get up, or is the stuff on the shell too heavy?
They need a little bit of help.
Have you not built like a self-writing mechanism?
It's on the list to do. Not yet.
Oh, it's on the list to do. I like that a lot. I mean, if you'd like to say that you did that over your 2 months of freedom.
It's on the list to do.
Okay.
It's a long to-do list.
Yeah.
Plenty of other projects on the go. Okie dokie.
Like a second shell for more storage.
You like that idea?
Right, it's on the list.
Got like an outer
Yeah,
shell.
that's getting jotted down.
Let's go on the list.
Like on Robot Wars with the wedge robot that can flip
I
itself
was
right side
literally
up.
gonna say the robot was.
like
a
Robot Wars
Shremek
here.
is what they call it in the people who know, they call it a Shremek.
A
Shremek.
Shremek.
A Shremek.
How'd you spell it?
A self-writing mechanism.
Oh.
So Shremek.
Wow.
Like sing that robot wall.
Yeah, you seem to know a lot about Robot Wars there, don't you?
You know.
Cool.
Interesting. Okay. Haiku's spring-loaded shell. I really like the idea that in testing, whilst Haiku was making this mechanism, didn't like there are a couple of phases where it didn't quite work. So the first one didn't go correctly, so Haiku's still on the shell and can't get back up, and it doesn't go off, so they have to shout for help. Second time it worked, but too effectively, and it launches you onto your front.
At least from there they could get up.
That's true. Yeah.
We
Still
then
very
just
heavy.
build another self-writing mechanism on the
Ah,
front,
yeah. An unself-writing mechanism.
back and forth.
Oh my god! Right, if we get to a place in our campaign where this is a thing, perhaps we can have this so that you can never be knocked prone because you immediately get back up.
That's amazing.
I mean, the obvious choice for that is just training wheels, like on a bike.
Yeah.
Just build a frame.
Oh my god! Yeah. Okay. That won't get in the way at all.
Nah,
I see no problems with that at all. No, not you can make one for everyone, and they don't want to waste their time whilst they're awake putting it on. So if you do it whilst they're asleep, then there'll be no
Permanently
issue.
attached.
Yeah.
So they'll just wake up with this frame around them. Would the boots of teleportation set him back upright? That is a very good question.
I assume so.
Yes.
Because the boots would keep their orientation, right?
Yeah, the boots would yeah, I would assume that the magic surrounding the boots of teleportation are mostly about the orientation of the boot.
That would only work once, though, unless I was willing to wait a long time.
Oh yes, because you can only use them once a day or so, isn't it? Yeah. Oh. Only fall over once a day there. Thank you.
Can't make any
Or
promises.
or join an adventuring party, so you always have someone around to push you upright. Well, you've also
Sorry,
got
I
your
got a big
little fish friend.
Oh,
little
that is nowhere near.
homunculus. Not strong enough to push you over. Okay. Okay. Boots are great. You're right. You're not biased at all.
No.
Not even remotely. Okay. So where are we heading, team? What's the plan?
Bogbrook, I guess.
We're going to Bogbrook. Is there anything you guys want to do whilst you're in town still?
Get some bog appropriate footwear.
I'll put my waders on.
Put my
Yeah.
waders on.
I'll pack my waders.
I'm gonna wear mine. I think it's quite cool fashion, so I'm gonna wear mine.
I love this image of, okay, that's something that needs to be drawn, is Oro with her spiked leather jacket and
Yeah.
waders.
Really cool.
It's the cool look
Very
this summer,
cool.
definitely.
Yeah.
But you also need to have like shades on, so you look like you're doing a really cool stance, and it's just waders from the waist down. I love it. Okay, right. So you want to get some bog appropriate footwear?
Yeah.
Anyone else?
some, like,
Anything else you want to do?
Big boots.
Hiking any amount of distance in waders is tough. You heard it here first.
Okay, I won't wear them on the way, but I'll try them on before we go. Do a bit of modeling, and then I'm ready, guys.
I'm ready for adventure.
How about Haiku? Any preparations that you need to do?
No. I'm
How well do you think Haiku does in bogs? You guys have experienced swamp already, which is a terrain that you are relatively comfortable with. How about bogs?
pretty decent still. They've got thick, chunky turtle legs.
Thick, chunky turtle legs.
Yeah.
Or turtle legs. Okay, cool.
What's the difference between a bog and a swamp?
The amount of water, I think.
Adam!
Hello, Mr. Earth Stuff. What's the difference
Earth
between a
stuff.
bog and a swamp?
Do you love being in our chat, Adam, and just being called upon for anything?
He's trying to relax.
D&D rules. And
Swamp.
we're getting the academic stuff here, guys.
Ooh.
What are the other types of swamps?
A marsh is a marsh one.
Guys, see? Educational streams.
Marsh
We're
is
getting-
one.
Oh, ding, ding.
Hey! A
Again,
wetland.
Adam point, right?
And Adam's like,
Ooh, a fen. Ooh.
a fan.
Some good words are coming out here. See? You learn stuff.
See, these are all
Again.
D&D words. That's what all these are.
Twitch.tv/sleepiest_.
Education.
You learn stuff from Adam J. Pearson instead.
Farming.
or when Tortu comes in with Tortu facts.
Yeah.
A boat can be swamped, not bogged. It
Oh.
can be bogged down.
Twitch is stopping me from typing too quickly. Oh, the list is just so long, and he knows them all so freely.
Yep.
While we wait, we
love
can
to just be-
appreciate Gracie's resting bitch face.
Oh, she looks so. She always looks so comfy and grumpy at the same time. Yes, she does.
Crumpy.
Crumpy.
Definitely
Crumpy.
grumpy.
Oh, she's so fluffy.
Really fluffy.
Goodness gracious.
The fluff.
Oh my god. Every Sunday is just filled with jealousy. Oh, good god. Oh, she looks so comfy.
She was very comfy. She was sleeping at my feet earlier, and I was like, "Whoa, you're being a dog. It's cute." Hello, Gracie.
Okay.
She's like, "Fuck you,
Alright.
put me down."
Well, we are on our way from Nesmith to Bogbrook. It's about, late afternoon when you guys are having this decision-making process. So you wanting to leave now, or?
Might as well.
How far is it? Is it like
So
day?
there isn't a road.
Okay, so it's like forever away.
Yeah, so that's like probably 2 weeks. No, so you're thinking like, that could take upwards from half a day to 3/4 of a day. But
Okay.
that's because you have Oro, who is amazing at traversing pretty much every terrain.
Also, I'm not
conjure
affected
you.
by difficult terrain, so I can just.
That's true, yeah. Unfortunately, not all of your party is of the same caliber. But also, Priscilla seems to be very capable as well. So if you guys are going to leave now, you suspect that you will arrive at Bogbrook at nighttime. You think it'd probably be close to like middle of the night if you left now. So it might be better to
Do you want
to rest and go tomorrow.
Okay.
Is that what we want to do?
Okay,
That's
we'll
what
rest and
random
go
is.
tomorrow then.
That seems much more sensible.
Haiku's got some experience with walking around dangerous terrain in the dead of night. Didn't end super duper well. What with all of his party getting murdered, but here we are.
It's
Okay.
actually Haiku's 14th party.
Oh, no.
Every single time
I'm just
they
really
all
bad
died in
luck.
the dead of night.
They
guys will be
always want to
next.
go somewhere at night.
He's like, what's a Black Widow but for party members instead of husbands?
Okay. What do you want to do with Priscilla? Where do you want to put her?
Somewhere where she could take a bath.
It's very nice, very generous. It's one thing that you don't get a lot in D&D maps when people make them. Baths.
I'm
Doesn't
sure.
happen very frequently.
I'm sure we have a handful though, right?
I mean, you'll have big like metal tubs that you could heat up water for.
What else do you use them for?
Is that not a bath?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, in
In front of
comparison,
fire.
we're not talking like plumbing systems.
Yeah, no. I assumed
No.
like boiled water and filling the
Yeah.
tub and then having to, like, I'm sure there's like a stopper you have to drain it with or whatever.
Sure. Okie dokie. So in which case, are you helping to fill the bath for her?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys still chilling in the barracks, or have you guys claimed bedrooms yet?
Aren't they
We
like-
would have claimed bedrooms.
Oh, I thought they were like dirty still.
No, they're all. I mean, they're not fully
Oh.
furnished, but there are bed frames in there that have been put back together. You could easily take the mattresses that are functioning from the barracks and put them into the bed frames and claim a bedroom and start filling it with your own stuff.
Then probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then start browsing. Pick your bedrooms.
Oh shit.
I assume Randall gets the master bedroom since it's his place. And that seems most closely tied to Caspian.
Isn't that the room with big giant
Everything's
things
been cleaned
sticking-
out now. So when I was describing everything to you, including all like the dirt and shit, that was so because the house was being repaired, it was over 2 months. So when
Yeah, but didn't you say
first...
that there was like bits of the wall that was like gone? Like that it was just like
yes.
whole.
Yeah, no.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. But they were replaced during part of the refurbishing. So when I was describing what was in each of these rooms, I was describing them as you first experienced them. Since it's been, 2 months and the refurbishment has been going onwards, you guys have had a chance to customize these rooms a little bit if that's what you want to do. And repairs to the rooms were done so that they are now fully functional. So like, for example, the room that used to have Escariel and Bath that had the kobold just shit and skulls and everything everywhere had been cleaned up. So now it's just a bedroom.
Okay.
Where would Randall want to sleep?
Where would he want to sleep? Probably still just in the barracks. But if everyone is like, you get the master bedroom, then he'd probably end up in the master bedroom. But otherwise he'd be like, I'm fine here.
Well, it probably reminds you most of. I mean, you tell me. Does it remind you of your time at the monastery?
Yeah. And like he's not used to having things. It doesn't really like it's not like I need a big bedroom or anything. The only pull is that it has like a library attached to it, but from their previous adventure it was all smut, so he's not so interested in it.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. So I mean, you're not super attached to material things, and you're used to not sleeping in the most comfortable or luxurious rooms. And everyone else is going to be clearing out of the barracks anyway, so you would have it to yourself.
So I'm all right down here.
All right. Well, in which case, what I'll do is, whilst you guys pick your rooms, I'll write on the token layer. We've got Randall's bedroom.
I like how I like how Randall's bedroom has a bed that has 2 pillows on it. But it's the same size as all the other beds.
I was really pressed on having to. Yeah. I almost don't want to be like on the top floor or anything. I almost want to be on the bottom floor as well. What can we ask?
We're all going to end up staying in the barracks.
We're in your barracks together. I'm scared.
We'll be away from everyone.
It's safer when we are together.
No, it clearly says Randall's bedroom now. Get out.
Oh my god, I've forgotten her name. Shit. Her name's gone out of my head.
Evelyn.
What bedroom would Evelyn like?
Evelyn is pretty. So currently, she's staying up here. I'm going to move your camera for you. She's staying in that room there. If you recall, Atticus's house is a little hut that's outside.
Oh.
So that's where Atticus was.
That's a bath, or is that a big sink?
That's a big sink.
Oh.
Aren't baths just big sinks anyway?
That's true. Rain, thank
You're
you
so
much for the
wise. You're so wise, Jack. Hey, Rain.
You can have a room with a ballista in it.
I know, it's tempting.
It's like a big knife that shoots. It's like a big knife shooter.
You're trying to sell
Tom,
me
you
this.
need to put some helpful clues in the erotica books so Randall will find them useful. That's how you get. You gotta have like the erotica needs to have like it needs to be based on reality. So there's like a really in-depth historical figure.
And a bit of porn.
Yeah, exactly. It's like so there's
this
there's
side
one
of the page
particular
is
book.
historical facts. This side is just porn.
One of the books is erotica that's written about and it's been banned. You can see that it's got a big stamp on the front that says
cancelled.
That it's been cancelled. It says banned on the front. And you can see that some of the pages are singed as if someone tried to burn it and perhaps someone rescued it. And it is because it's based on someone from the Obaskir family, which is the royal family of Cormier. So you suspect that it's a work of fiction, but that because it's quite an old book, you suspect that it has some details that might be accurate. Is that something that Randall would find interesting?
Probably, yeah.
Got him, hook, line, and sinker. Bring
Trick
in
Randall into porn.
God damn it.
Okay, you know what? You know what you can do with that? You can use that to gain like a guaranteed success on a history check related to the Obaskir family at some point. One time from now on.
Deal.
One time you get a guaranteed history success.
But I have to also have to
be...
remember the porn bit around it, I assume, at the same time.
Yes, yeah. I'm not going to make you read the porn bit out in character when you do that, but but for context, yes, that is what's going to happen. I get one free history check on the Obaskir family if it ever becomes relevant, but also it's found in a porn book.
Okay,
it's called
erotica? What does that even count as in your character? Is that a proficiency?
Yeah.
Is that a feature?
It's a consumable item. Very good.
We will all know that it is porn knowledge.
But yes, okay, so we've got Randall's down in the barracks. Evelyn is currently outside, but she's you know, how old did we say she was? She's late teens. So she's, you know, she's got some upward mobility. She's happy to change into a fancier room.
Upward mobility.
Oh, I didn't want to stereotype teenage girls into wanting fancy rooms.
I didn't expect that phrase to come out as well. Okay, well, Nerly, do you have a room that you'd like?
Probably the one next to the portal, just in case, so I can check on it quickly.
There's a nice little room down there by the temple, right next to it.
Oh, is there a room by the temple?
Yeah.
Hold up 1 second.
Yeah.
Are you talking about this one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just kidding. I want that one.
Oh, sorry, was it this one down here? The
Yeah,
Okay,
this
fine.
one.
Alright.
Okay,
Haiku, where do you
we're
want to
putting-
stay?
I need a lot of room for all my shit.
True.
Listen, you can spread into other rooms as well. These are just bedrooms, right? If you wanted to take over one of the rooms like the art hall and just make it Haiku's collection room.
Good idea.
Listen,
Like-
this
Where
is though
there's
this is
this
Randall's
room-
house, but additionally, he doesn't seem
Yeah.
to give a fuck. So
That's fair.
There's this room which is spacious, but it also has next to it the room with the secret door, which also has a secret door, which also has a secret door. So you could have
Whoa.
like your stuff
Secret
spread out.
cubed.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take over that corner.
Just Haiku's corner.
Wait, can you ping it again? Sorry, which one was it?
I'm actually thinking.
if you got
Click
the
and
if you have the select thing. Right, okay. So you want that one and then all of the adjoining secret rooms.
Yes,
Triple secrets.
please.
They do then merge into the master bedroom at the end.
I promise not to enter if someone's sleeping.
And it's got the room with the bone golem.
Oh,
Does.
cool.
Oh, yeah.
Which definitely seems like a Haiku kind of thing, you know. Bone golems.
Certain, 100%. Roll 69 again. Damn, I shouldn't have given him the guaranteed success. I should have said that you get to roll a 69 and then compare that to the DC. So you can still roll underneath the DC. It's just very unlikely.
Did I?
Um,
We already had that for some other check.
We did, but it's so good.
I think Oro is conflicted on people being on the bottom floor and on the top floor, so he's gonna pick the middle.
Okay.
And is this a fireplace in the middle here? Is that what
Yep,
that is?
mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Uh,
They're not. It's not like hollow from one room to the other. There's just a chimney that runs up, carrying the smoke. So it's not like if you crawl through the fireplace from one room into the other, that's possible. It's
Yeah.
just that it carries the smoke up. So you wouldn't even be able to hear people talking through the chimney.
Right. Okay. Damn it. Okay.
We don't have to decide this right now. It's just a fun little exercise.
Okay.
Of
No, I'll change my mind.
bedroom would you?
I'll go
okay.
on to the top floor because the
Mhm.
top floor has the room with the 2 double beds, and one Nugget can
Yep.
sleep in.
Oh, I like that a lot. Okay. There we go. Haiku's room.
I'll try not to
Or,
keep you up at night with my tinkering.
I can always go into another bedroom if you need to tinker late at night. Don't worry. So I'll just.
Oh
Well, that's
my
what the
god.
bone golem room is for, right?
Yeah, I'm right next to the library as well. So you've given us too
Well,
much
there's two
content in
libraries
his
on this
house.
floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So where are we sticking? Where are we sticking Priscilla?
In one of the little turret rooms, if there's one, maybe.
One of the little turret rooms. Bitch, you get one of the tiny little rooms.
Yeah.
The
Like
master
this one?
bedroom's free, but you get a tiny little turret room.
Yeah, she's definitely not going in the master bedroom. That's just daft.
Sure, that's where she'll go. Oh no, that's Evelyn's room currently.
Oh, just kidding.
Is this one to the left of it all done up now?
Yes, it is. Very good point. She'll go there.
As well.
And then I'll put Evelyn in the other one.
Wait, which is Parsnip's room? Parsnip should have the big bedroom.
Parsnip has the master
Parsnip's
bedroom.
room is the master bed. I was gonna say that too.
Okay. Okay, cool. I mean, you're welcome to repurpose some of these rooms if you don't want them to use them as bedrooms and put them something else instead. But that's not necessarily something we have to do right now. We're under no time constraint when it comes to you customizing your fortress. And I don't think anybody wants to sit here watching us select rooms any longer.
More admin. Stream, best stream.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so you tuck Priscilla away, and Neroli, you prepare her a bath.
Yeah.
Yeah, you help her with that. To which she seems ever just extremely grateful. You guys never had like any properly intimate moments. You were as close as you can get without being like close, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You had like kind of an unspoken connection that, you know, you'd probably invite her to your birthday party, but you wouldn't necessarily talk all that much, kind of deal. Like it's kind of that kind of thing. But
I feel like she was probably one of
seems-
the few people who didn't like expect much from me except to like listen, if that makes sense.
Sure, yeah. I mean, she's just someone who like she's a bit older than she's you know got 10 years on you, but she's very down to earth and a bit dorky because she doesn't really understand social convention super well, and you can tell that she's not dealing very well with the rejection of being cast out of your previous society. But additionally, when you guys bathed and stuff previously, you were in a very different environment than she was. Most of her bathing is in rivers and streams, and her room was not as nice as yours. Even yours wasn't necessarily super lovely. Like your position within the community was a lot more lofty than hers, despite the fact that she was teaching you. So being prepared a bath is definitely a luxury for her, and she vastly appreciates it, but at the same time seems quite uncomfortable about the whole thing. And you kind of, you get to exchange some small anecdotes, but it seems that neither of you seem to want to, unless you say otherwise, want to talk about your previous community at all. It's almost like there's like an elephant in the room, and the elephant in the room is all that's unsaid about your history. And it's that you just kind of both feel like maybe let's not. No one's breached the topic yet, and no one wants to. And it's kind of like you're comfortable in the fact that neither of you seem to want to have that discussion, but uncomfortable knowing that it's there and it might happen at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of leave that as it is. And again, she's a little bit awkward, and the elephant's there somewhere, sitting in the room watching her bath.
I'm not watching her take a bath.
No,
Weird
I said the elephant in the room.
I see.
I was just making a stupid joke about the elephant in the room.
Okay. I was like, hold on now.
Oh.
This isn't one of those Red Dead Redemption baths.
Or Geralt at the beginning of The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
But anyway, you leave her to it. And in the morning, you now have to walk through the house to get to the kitchen rather than just rolling out of bed and it's right there. But
Randall don't.
Randall don't.
But Randall, you awaken first to the smell of bacon. The rest of you awaken at whatever time you see fit. There's no alarm clocks here, apart from maybe Nugget, who just kind of is loving the new space, by the way. Nugget is just like absolutely loving the fact that they can sprawl anywhere. And knowing that there are fewer people here to annoy with like Nugget's habits, he seems very content to just like sprawl wherever. So at one point in the night, you kind of hear scritching and you wake up and it's just Nugget trying to like find an extra comfortable place. And it's like 90% of your bed. It's basically it. Like you've basically been like, Nugget, this bed is for you. And he's been like, okay. and then you've kind of gone to your bed, and then in the night it's just like, because you're so small, all of the foot of your bed is just Nugget.
Oh.
It's just like you've got this huge room that he really enjoys spending time exploring, and then instead of taking any other position, he just crawls up and takes up the majority of your bed space. Not so much that you can't move because you're not taking up that much space yourself, but enough that it's like it's kind of warm, it's comfy, it's like a little bit of it's a bit of a cuddle thing going on.
It's cozy.
Very cozy, yeah. Nugget training guano outside, yeah. But it's cozy, and you wake up in the morning to Nugget snoring.
What's the snoring like? Is it cute snoring, or is it like proper...
You tell me.
I want it to be cute snoring.
Okay, then it's cute snoring.
Okay.
It's cute snoring. Very cute. But it just it happens to hit you in like a light phase of sleep. So you wake up and you're not like groggy. You've hit the perfect REM cycle, and just happens to be that you wake up to this little noise, and there's just a very cozy looking Nugget at the end of your bed. Whereas Haiku, your night's sleep was wonderful. You've spent a lot of time on the road. You've been adventuring for a while as well as these guys, but you've also traveled a lot of Faerun. And in that time, if you ever got to sleep indoors, it was always at a tavern or an inn. And very, very, very rarely, since you were a kid, have you had a chance to make somewhere your own. And this is now your place. Not only is this your place, you've had the opportunity, if you wish to take it, to take things off of your shell and place them somewhere that you know will not be removed, right? This room has now become part of your shell, as it were. This is your collection space.
Extended shell.
Have you done that?
Yes, I have.
Oh my goodness. Character development, guys. Character development.
Quest ticked.
Yeah.
Although it's not particularly neat, it's just piled up on the table.
Right, so you haven't got like shelves and you've like reverently put them in like places like, you know, your bedroom, for example. You've got like all your Funko Pops and stuff neatly placed outside the boxes and all that kind of thing. So it's not anywhere near as like organized as that.
No, it's quite chaotic.
Okay. So what would you do waking up? Would you feel pretty good? You just kind of have a nice little stretch. Would you put the things back on your shell, or are you going to leave them?
I'd put a few things back on. Stuff I think I might potentially need.
Okay, cool. Well, easy enough for you to make your way downstairs and join the rest of them for a breakfast. Randall, slept well. It's great.
Yes, good.
It's totally fine. Peachy.
Excellent.
Even. You wake up feeling a little bit lonely because you're so used to sleeping in that room with everyone else. But at the same time, you get this kind of there's a contentedness to it, knowing that everyone else has had a chance to spread out, and now this is feeling a lot more like a home than just this empty shell of a building that you've been living in. It's a lot less cold. There are a lot fewer drafts, and it definitely feels like this barracks, though slightly empty because you're so used to sleeping in places that are populated by multiple people. It still kind of feels like cozy because you're kind of like at the root of the household. You know, you're on the bottom floor, you're in the center of it, and you're kind of feeling like this is, you know, you're surrounded by people that you like in a building that is actually stable for once. And it's kind of like, you know, it's a contented. Yeah. It's not going to collapse on you at any point. Neurally. Did you notice that I waited to get to you last?
I was waiting for it. I was like, everybody talking about how they slept and if they had a dream or not. And I'm just like,
I didn't say anything about dreams. So I said no. I didn't say anything about dreams.
Yep.
Well, the moon is back.
The moon is back. The moon is back.
Moon is back. Moon's been back though, right? Like for like a couple months.
This is the
right?
first. This is the first time that you've kind of a couple months, but this is the first time that you've dreamt something other than just kind of pleasant gibberish.
Okay.
You know. So you've drawn the wall in on that room and put a bed in there.
So we never forget.
That's lovely. I like that a lot.
What did you have? Cute.
Could you put a desk in there?
No, I got bored. It's really fiddly.
Okay, regardless, I like it a lot. The thought of charging rent passes through Randall's mind. Okay.
Yeah, but Randall's rent would be like, you have to tell me a story every week.
I like that.
5 circus words.
Or 5 circus words. That's the exchange rate.
Okay, Nerily, you dream. And this one is a little bit... you can kind of tell when your dreams are a bit more, not prophetic, but a bit more directed, as it were. And in this particular dream, you do have a vague sense of direction, but it's kind of muddled, as they usually are. In this particular dream, you get a wonderful sense of accompaniment of the moon. It feels very much like the moon has returned to a kind of fuller extent. Like previously, you've been having some concerns about, whether or not the moon is, everything's going okay up there and how Saloon's doing. But for now, you get filled with a sense of contentedness, and in part of your dream you actually get kind of transported back, almost like sometimes you have dreams where you have there are more memories, and you can really feel yourself in that position, and you forget who you are for an instant, and you are you just however many years ago, and every other bit of knowledge and every bit of experience just melts away, and suddenly you're a different person. It's just you from a long time ago. And this particular dream, you remember very vividly a moment in your previous community where you just felt content, which is something that's been a long time coming for you. It's something that you haven't experienced really since. Though you've had moments of contentedness with your companions, you definitely had a moment of contentedness when Calm Emotions was cast on you recently. Apart from that, nice. Yes, apart from that, you've always had this low level anxiety that you had to escape. And then when you had to escape, that you were still being pursued. And there's something you just feel, you get cast back to this moment in time where you had none of these anxieties, because you were with your community and everyone loved you and you loved everyone and life was good. And it's something that makes you feel just really tranquil and at peace. And you kind of hold on to that as hard as you can mentally. You're just like, let's stay here for a little bit. There's a twinge of sadness in your mind as you do so, because you know that it's not real and it's going to fail and kind of peel back to the world that you live in now. But there's a moment in you that says to yourself, I want this to be how it is. Ignorance is bliss, and I want to be here. I want to be at this moment where everything was okay. And there's this twinge of willing ignorance where you're like, I know that I shouldn't want this, because I know that these guys, had ill will for me and that they wanted to harm me. But at the same time, I really want this to be this feeling and to be where I was. And then that kind of peels away as part of your dream. And it peels away, and you find yourself standing under the moon, a moonlit, starry sky. And beside you is Priscilla. And you just look forward down onto a onto a valley. There's a small village, and it's illuminated with colorful lights. And you wake.
Do colorful lights like signify anything to me?
One of the unfortunate things about your gift that you dream quite as much as you do is that symbols you have found in your experience, not necessarily that this applies to anything else, but in your experience, symbols don't really mean much. Because in some situations your dreams are very literal, like extremely literal, and it's very difficult to pull apart what a literal thing is and what a symbolic thing is, right? Because if you're going to have, a candle appear in your dream, and really the message that you're trying to get is that something to do with a candle tomorrow, how are you going to be able to say, oh, the candle symbolizes XYZ?
Yeah.
It's impossible for you to pull it apart. So for you in particular, your dream it's impossible for you to determine what's the symbol and what's not.
That's fair.
It all for you for the most part, the real message is some like the images for certain, but it's mostly the sensations and the feelings.
Okay.
Sometimes they're just nice dreams.
Sometimes.
Yeah, just a nice dream. Nothing to worry about here.
Nothing to see here, folks.
And you wake up to the smell of bacon.
Ooh, bacon. I'm gonna go eat breakfast. Who's
You
cooking?
find Evelyn, as usual, has woken up early. I say usual. For the last 2 months, Evelyn's been waking up early and cooking you breakfast. And she's prepared some nice bacon, some eggs there as well. Somehow she's managed to replicate beans.
Good.
Replicate
Can't have a
beans?
breakfast without beans.
As in like baked beans.
Oh, okay.
She's somehow replicated
This is one of
baked
those
beans.
traditional English breakfast things, right? They usually like beans as a part of it. I think I've seen this in a picture before.
Yeah, baked
Yeah.
beans are definitely
It's
a part of
a
an English
hotly
breakfast.
debated topic, though.
Beans are more a dinner thing for us.
We can't
Beans
say
are
it's a
everything.
hotly debated topic when the other comparisons for hotly debated topics are things like biscuits. Well, let's not. In comparison, it's lukewarm at best.
I like baked beans. Baked beans are good.
Don't like baked beans.
Baked beans are good.
I
like
can
baked
see-
beans.
I can see Jenny saying lots of things, but I don't hear any of the things that she's saying.
What? Can you hear me now?
Oh, now I can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You might just be talking quietly.
Probably, yeah. I don't like beans as well, as what I said.
I like beans, but on their own. They have they have the. I refer to it as the baked bean factor, where it's something like if it's put in front of me and I eat it, I'm like, oh damn, this is really good. But if anyone ever says, "Do you want some baked beans?" I'm like, no, they're gross.
Forget that I like these until I have them.
It's the
again.
same with sweet corn. I don't really like sweet corn unless it's on its own, and then I take a nice big like spoon of sweet corn, and I'm like, oh, sweet corn, man, I love sweet corn.
That makes sense though, because
And
corn
you
is one
haven't
of those
associated
things
that.
I never think to eat until somebody puts like really good corn in front of me, and then I'm like, oh man, this is good. Of course, my dad always called it rent of food, so I think that's part of like what's in the back of my head always when I eat corn.
Baked beans and fish cakes.
Breakfast. Oh, for breakfast is the bit that you didn't read, and that's the important bit. Like
Yep.
baked beans and fish cakes. No problem with that.
I've got a problem with that. That sounds gross.
It's
Not conceptually.
you
I'm
ever
sure
go
that's
to
fine, but
Chippy?
like,
You ever go to Chippy and get a fish cake with some beans?
No,
Lovely.
I've never gone to the
What?
chippy and got a fish cake
A
ever.
chippy. That's cute.
what?
Yeah.
Baked beans. First off, baked beans at a chippy. What? Second off, baked
Well, yeah,
beans.
that's not that weird, but yeah.
This is.
Lovely.
I told you, hotly debated topic.
Yeah.
So our cliffhanger is going to be bean related.
We'll go back to our.
They weren't baked.
We'll go back to our discussion of Fuck, my train of thought got lost. Sprouts is what I was going to say. Yeah, sprouts. Does Oro have a small card table?
Well,
Does Oro want a small card table?
do I have room? Yeah.
For learning tarot?
Yeah.
Where one thing that we can say from now on is that over the last little time, you've had an opportunity to customize your bedrooms a little bit.
Oh.
So you have lived in and made these spaces your own. So whatever you've decided to add to your rooms is perfectly valid within reason, as long as it's not so. If you got like yeah, I mean, no, that's what my problem is. You can't like say like, oh, I'd like a trap door, please. But you could say, you know, I've done some art and stuck it to the walls, or like, you know, I bought this table and put this here, or I've arranged things in a particular way. That's all fine.
Okay.
Could I have had a window put in that always faced the moon at night, or where it often was, or passed through at least?
Sure. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Okay.
Can I have a skeleton of something? I don't know.
Yeah, you got a skeleton.
I don't know.
I mean,
Like
there
that
was
you
one-
said Skellington though,
skeleton.
like Jack Skellington.
Scary skeletons.
There was a skeleton in the bone room.
Yeah, I think.
Mr. Boneman,
No, but the skeleton is the bone golem. It's not. It wasn't just hanging in the corner. It was. It was a bone golem.
Oh.
You know,
I would put there jars with pickles. I really like some. I like gherkins.
I like a gherk. Mm-hmm.
I really like a good gherkin. I like pickled onions as well, though.
Nah.
What other pickled things are there?
Eggs.
You can pickle anything.
Eggs. Pickled eggs.
I've never had a pickled egg. The idea of it just, I don't.
Yeah, it doesn't appeal to me either. Yeah, I don't.
Nope.
I don't.
I always see them at the chippy, but I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't fancy that. No. I'll have a pickled onion. I like a nice, good pickled onion. Yeah, tasty.
No.
Mushrooms? Pickled mushrooms? Really? Potatoes?
Pickled potato.
What?
You know, pickle them, boil them, stick them in a stew.
Now I have that song stuck in my head.
Pickled pig's feet.
what?
Pig's
Pig's
feet.
feet.
Pickled baby corns. What? Where are you guys from?
No, the pickled baby corns is actually a thing. Yeah, I don't know if that's like where in America, but it's like one of those little like hors d'oeuvre things that some people serve during Thanksgiving, or is that like a buffet at some places? There's a movie with Tom Hanks called Big, where he like there's like a magic machine that turns him from a kid into an adult, and he ends up working for like a game company because kid interests. And he goes to like a fancy dinner, and there's those little pickled corn, like these tiny things, and he doesn't know how to eat them, so he thinks you're supposed to eat it like a normal ear of corn. So he like has one in his hand, and he's like eating all the little bitty corn pieces off instead of just eating it whole. Yeah, I made a movie reference. What do you know? Zoltar. Yeah, so it's a Zoltar machine.
So this is probably more interesting to me than it should be. I once picked a peck of pickled peppers. Oh, interesting. Oh, I actually have seen pickled like stuffed peppers, I think.
Have you not heard that nursery rhyme?
I have.
Okay.
That's why I said it so precisely.
Peter Pepper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Oh my god. Anyone else want to give that a shot?
Nope.
Oh.
We have already peaked.
Yeah.
If Peter Pepper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many pickled peppers did Peter Pepper pick? I messed up on the last one. Peter
That was
Pepper
very
picked.
close.
Ugh,
Very close.
so close.
Pickled pig's feet is a southern US thing. I could almost guarantee Katie could find them if she looked in the right place.
Oh yeah, no, it's a thing, but it's like a horrible thing that normal people don't eat. No, I'm kidding. That like it's got like very specific connotations, and there are like the southern people that like pickled pig's feet, and then there are the southern people that are like, why would you eat pig's feet? Like, look unto the grocery store and all the things you could pick, and you ate feet. Move defeat. Congrats.
Oh my god. Pickled plums and carrots? Are you listing vegetables or are these actual? I'm genuinely curious. Like, is that pickled plums? I can't imagine that those are very good, right? That's like such a vinegary taste or whatever. Like,
I do like pickled olives.
Yeah, I can see olives there. Yeah.
I just got Anne a pickle beer that she was wanting.
This is so far off on a tangent.
Anyway, yeah. So we wake up and we have breakfast and we're eating bacon.
Eastern Europe, man. Okay. Oh yeah. I mean, I believe you. If you say that those are real things, I totally believe you. That's really interesting to me.
Well, I think a lot of things used to be pickled because it stayed longer. And so harvest season would happen and then you'd end up pickling like a fuck ton of random things that we don't have to pickle anymore because we have refrigeration.
Yeah, that's really curious. Umeboshi of fermented or pickled plums made from a young sour Japanese fruit that's a cross between an apricot and a plum called ume. After pickling and drying them, they are then soaked in vinegar, sometimes with shisho leaves, and then aged. They can be found whole or as an umeboshi paste or in vinegar form. I did not in a million years think I'd be sitting here talking about pickling various fruits and vegetables.
Pickled plum paste.
But here we are. Thank you for that little knowledge bomb. And
educational
thank you very much
tangent.
Jed Nookie Joe and to Crash Out for your contributions. And Zero Mega Prime. Dried hanging garlic. There's a lot of pickling going over there in Slovakia. Yeah. Right. We only have a few minutes left of D&D. Let's actually play some D&D, shall we?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wake up.
Marmite.
You have your breakfast. Marmite. Biscuits and cookies are different things.
No.
Got poor people sat through the VOD like, when do they get back to the D&D part?
Fast forward.
Put like put a comment underneath the video with like timestamps of like, this is when we stop talking about the boring shit.
End talk of pickling.
So I want to go in and make the other comments as like, this is all the D&D bits, but here are the bits where they talk about stuff that isn't D&D.
You have your breakfast in the morning. Baked beans are there somehow, mysteriously, and also just like way too much pickled fruit and veg. Like, just it's really honestly surprising that Evelyn's managed to find these things.
You learned how to can while we were gone.
No, what actually happened was when you went into the alchemy room on the top floor, the only things that weren't broken or stolen were all of the pickled fruits and vegetables that nobody wanted. So those are still there.
Has Evelyn opened all of them? So like the smell of vinegar is just extreme when you go into the kitchen.
It's just fumes. Good. It's just all fumes. Yep.
It's quite a pickle.
You have a very kind of quiet and somewhat awkward breakfast because Priscilla's quite an awkward person, and just her
there's so many pickles.
There's just so many pickles. You don't really want to say to Evelyn that this is a weird breakfast to be having, but the vibe around the breakfast table is that this is a weird lunch. She tried something new, okay, and it didn't land very well. Or did it land very well? You tell me.
I love pickled stuff.
Does Neurali?
Yeah.
Okay. How about Haiku? Extremely into pickled stuff?
Haiku loves it.
Oh my god, this is going very
well. I feel like
we
pickled a lot of things too, so I'm like super used to pickled food. So it almost like reflection of the dream and that old feeling of comfort is like pickled stuff almost is like the old good times.
It was planned. What an excellent DM I am. Oro.
I'm rolling a 1d2 and then one's a yes, two's a no. No.
Hate it. Absolutely hate it.
Can't down it.
How about Randall?
I think Randall's probably okay with it. They probably had lots of pickled foods at the monastery because they keep for a long period of time, so don't have to go out as often.
Well, turns out majority of the table here.
So did you plan this? Do you plan this at the same time as all of the like Caspian disappearing stuff, or was this like later or earlier? Which
when did you write this bit into a story?
At the The first concept that I built this entire campaign around was the pickling.
Was the pickle morning.
Everything else just
It
came
will now
from
be known
that.
as pickle morning. Mhm.
Yeah, this was it.
Side
Can't
note,
flip
yes,
a coin and roll 20.
a D2 is
Yeah,
rolling,
it's just do a D2.
flipping
Yeah.
a coin, and there are people that make fancy campaign coins. So there's a 1 and there's a 20.
Oh.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Critical flip.
I also like the IRL D3s. That exist.
1,
They're
of
cool.
course.
Of course.
And pickles are hydrating. They replenish your electrolytes, which you lose when you.
Did I start pickle conversation? I don't remember.
Anyway, so we eat breakfast. Some of us are liking
You eat
it.
breakfast. It's okay for some people. Well, it's okay for Randall. Everyone else is fucking loving it, apart from Oro, who thinks it's gross and terrible. Are you too polite to say anything about it? Are you so polite that you just eat it?
Yeah, but you can tell that like it's getting in her nose and it's like bothering her senses a little bit too much.
Nugget, on the other hand, is just outwardly disgusted. But overall, Evelyn's very content with the breakfast. And
Maybe just knock some of the stuff onto the floor past it to maybe.
Yeah, how does Parsnip feel about pickles?
Parsnip's been eating dog food.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it pickles dog food?
It's the scraps of everything.
But you are out on the road.
Before we leave,
early. Mm-hmm.
I figure Sonora's been kind of like quiet during breakfast.
Sure.
And we all like get ready and we get all packed up and we're like really like ready to set off. And before we leave, she turns to Priscilla and she's like, "Are you sure you want to go back?"
It's all I know. They are my family, and I can't have them. I can't have this. This is not. I can't have this. This is the only thing. This is the only way forward.
You can't have what?
This life.
But they obviously didn't care as much as they should have because they just made you leave, right?
Nerdy, I can't have this. Can we please go?
Okay.
All right. And on the road you go. Did you say, let's get another NPC pal? Get him in. Guns are blazing.
We have a plan. Alice inside.
This mansion will be packed to the rafters in a few months. Okay. He just kills them off. Listen, everything's fine. Okay,
They
so you are, I say on the road, or they disappear. I say on the road, but again, there isn't really a path that leads down to Bogbrook. You go past the adventuring store as you leave, and you can see that there are a couple more quests that have been added to the board if you fancy stopping by and having a look at them. But if you are of one mind, you can just move forward and keep looking for paths to Bogbrook.
Are there any quests in Bogbrook?
No.
That's good. Any in the direction of Bogbrook?
No.
Then never mind.
Nope.
Not curious? Okay.
Can't be efficient, so don't care.
Could I wave goodbye to Honu?
Yeah. You'll take the path on his house and just kind of knock on the window and give him a wave. He very slowly gives you a wave
3
back.
hours later.
Did we say that your board game nights are Thursdays?
They are.
Okay, it's Wednesday today. Oh no, actually, it's Thursday morning.
I better let him know. I better let him know I will be making it.
Okay. I love this. I love that this is a
6
detail that we've added to your character. It's so
later.
good. It's so good.
6 hours later.
And you find a path that you know is south facing. Again, this is not well traveled, and there is a vague kind of it's mostly that this is, you kind of go into grassland somewhat, following the river down south, And it gets to a point where essentially this is just a part of the grass that is much thinner and lower. So you are kind of assuming that in comparison to the rest of the grass, this is probably a pathway. It is not well traveled, and it takes you the majority of a day to get somewhere that you think is even close to Bogbrook. As you get through the most of your time, you are being led by both Oro and Priscilla, who have some ranger in them, and are finding this quite honestly. Priscilla's enjoying herself. She's having a fun time being able to track with someone else who knows how to track things. Do you think you're getting along with Priscilla, Oro?
Yeah, I think we probably are somewhat now after the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
thought.
Do you have
a
little ranger in you? Would you like one? Especially considering that Oro is little. Anyway,
this is how we found out that Oro is a top.
Full throttle.
Full throttle.
Guns blazing.
Question mark.
Guns are blazing.
Get in there, guns are blazing. But time passes, and you find that the path does come onto what you would surprisingly quite a large marsh area. Sorry, Adam. There's some marshes rather than bogs. And in this particular instance, it looks as if this is kind of like proper Lord of the Rings movie style, where as you're going through, it's like mostly just like pools of water, and there's like one or two paths that lead through where the water is.
And there's weird, horrible spirits. If you
there are no weird, horrible spirits, fortunately, but I was really hoping it was going to be a bridge. But regardless, there is a pathway. I very nearly said bent then. There's a pathway through the marsh that requires quite careful treading. And that slows you down a little bit. Working your way through it, fortunately, you have no encounters. Though you do at one point see what appears to be a griffin flying through the sky. Get a chance to take in its majesty as you do. It appears that it is flying in formation, or following a formation of other birds that seem to be moving from A to B, migrating perhaps. Looks like it might actually be going for a quick snack, though you are not fortunate enough to catch it as it makes its way over the forest to the east, or into the forest in the east. Shortly after your kind of moment with the griffin, we start to push into dusk, and you get to the crest of a hill that leads down into more marsh, and you see that there is a village down this hill, down to like a lower valley, that as dusk arrives, the sun starts to set. You can see is illuminated by festive lamps. It looks like some of them are red. There are all sorts of, some of them appear to be even floating, almost as if someone has let them lanterns into the sky and they've started to float up. There are all sorts of different colors, and you can see it before you hear it. But as you get closer, you can hear the sounds of celebration.
And at last I see the light. Sorry, I can't help it.
It appears that there's some kind of some festivities going on in Bogbrook, where you have arrived, and we will end our session there.
Before Nerly is like, I dreamed this.
So we will end our session there. You've arrived at Bogbrook. There's a nice little festival going on we'll get to experience next time. Very exciting. All of you, along with Priscilla, leaving Evelyn and Pass It Behind, of course.
Yeah.
Is it a bean festival? No.
You'd have to have been there to know.
God damn it.
That was really good. God damn. Right. Well, yeah, that's where we're gonna call it. Wow, we're actually on time today. Look at that. Wow.
Whoa.
Quick, someone start a pickle discussion again.
Start talking about
It's like you said that, but Boots had just said, well, this is the dilly of a pickle.
Listen, it's just
I'm
a
about
nice...
to report this channel. They're not celebrating Festivus. They're celebrating my birthday, clearly.
Clearly.
Duh. That's why I sang at last.
Which is when, Katie? When is your birthday?
Tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm going to stream all day.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. Birthday stream.
Okay.
And I'm going to drink all day.
Okay.
It's gonna be so good.
Oh.
I got some cider. I got a whole bottle of whiskey. Hyped. I'm gonna get some
maybe
tacos.
have some water on the side. Maybe.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, when I drink, I always have like a mixer and ice, so I get a lot of water when I drink because I put a lot of ice in there. But I'll have some water too or something.
And some pickles.
We do have that pickle beer, so.
There you go.
Well, I'm glad that you're stocked up. I hope you have a
Gotta keep
wonderful
your electrolytes up.
birthday.
Thank you.
I'll make sure to pop by.
Yay.
And for those of you who aren't already aware, Katie does stream. So if you want to go,
If somehow you've missed that by now.
yeah.
The last 2 minutes.
Katie Quixotic. We also have a little Jack here. Little Jack does some games of Phasmophobia occasionally with pals. Occasionally those are streamed. And I mean, you're already on Jenny's channel, so if you're not following already, then what the fuck?
What do you even do with your life right now?
Get out.
What's that about?
But follow
What's
and
that
then get
about? Docs doesn't stream, unfortunately.
Tom streams sometimes.
Not regularly enough to be of note, unfortunately.
I mean, and more than never. So I think it's worth a note.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, that is an accurate statement. Yes, more than never. Yeah, that's true.
All right, I'll follow. Thanks,
Well, I've had a lovely game, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. What did we think of the prompts thing? Was that a thumbs up?
I liked it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I like
cool.
the prompts.
Yeah.
I like that too. I'm glad. So we'll keep doing that as long as it stays in my brain or you guys remind me. Hope you guys in chat enjoyed it as well. It's nice to have everyone around today. What are you going to do with your stream, Jen?
I might come back in like half an hour and do another stream maybe. I'll tweet if I do, but if I don't tweet, then I'm not coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just wait.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
There's the cliffhanger. The suspense is killing.
Like a triple cliffhanger today. We had the break cliffhanger.
Oh yeah, I love a good cliff homer.
Yeah. Anyway.
We should say hello to Grace just in case they're watching the VOD.
Hi, Grace.
Although maybe they've skipped over this part.
Maybe they're like,
Also,
they've
Kara.
ended now.
Yeah.
Kara.
Grace and Kara.
Go back and review the pickle bit.
It's very important.
Worth it. Worth it.
Right.
All right. See you next week, probably, I think.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.